Just run. Forget about me. His voice is swallowed by the shadows of the forest forever. The survivors can only mourn their friend by clutching his dog tags. Rest in peace, Francis Hilder. They collapse in the dirt completely broken. Why us? Why does it always have to be the scouts? Why do we risk everything for pennies while the tribe takes it all? We are out here bleeding for nothing. We defend the planet. We fight the beasts. Why do we have to sacrifice so much for people who do not care? His friend stays silent. He grits his teeth, eyes full of rage. I am done with this life. If I actually make it back alive, I am walking away. Disaster or not, I am never coming back here. Meanwhile, the nightmares surge out of the woods, charging straight for the main city of the Sun New. The defense line greets them with a literal rain of lead. Mobilize everyone. The nightmares are here. Open fire and don't stop. The beasts don't flinch, spitting back torrents of fire. Everywhere the flames touch, people are roasted alive. Everyone is scattering in a panic, and screams of agony echo through the dark night. In a flash, the defense line was toast. Charred bodies were scattered everywhere. The emergency sirens kicked in, screaming at every citizen in the city. One scout spots the mess and sounds the alarm. The night shrouds are here. This disaster is hitting its peak now. Things are looking pretty grim for Sun Ru, so he keeps the comms open. All tech crews haul it to Defense Sector 5 right now. Everyone scrambled, diving into the fortress for some kind of safety. Han Xiao was already inside, just chilling. He stared out at the battlefield with a dark look on his face. His mind was spinning. These night shrouds are basically D-rank powerhouses. Normal soldiers aren't even a speed bump. How did these guys even survive the last round? Suddenly, a soldier hauls out a brand new weapon. He screams for the team to prep the east laser 20 degrees south. When the beam hits those things, they just burst into flames and drop. And just like that, he got his answer. So that is how it works. The night shrouds are terrified of light. Using high beams locks them down. The Sun Ru troops just pick them off one by one. That brutal fight dragged on all through the night. By sunrise, the South Star system finally got its peace and quiet back. But man, they took a massive hit. Rows of body bags were lined up, ready to be sent back home. Heartbreaking sobs and the names of the dead echoed across the whole battlefield. They lost sons, they lost fathers. My baby boy, you were all I had. You're really going to leave your mama all alone like this? Oh, my husband? The crying was nonstop. Someone just whispered, "Look, I am so sorry for your loss." Even the toughest soldiers were losing it over their fallen brothers. Bro. Come on, man, wake up. Han Xiao stood there in the corner, feeling totally useless against the harsh truth. Man, it doesn't matter where you are in the galaxy. War always brings the same damn misery. Out of nowhere, he hears footsteps getting closer. It was Fakna, leader of the B-rank mercenary squad. He stepped up to hand over the remains of his team. We lost a lot of good men. Any bodies we could find, we brought back? Eddie nodded and promised, do not worry, we'll give them a proper burial. He was frantic, keep saying, you guys at Cowtown better stick to your word on this. Meanwhile, the wounded were getting patched up in the hospital. The ER was a total circus, people, screaming for adrenaline shots everywhere. Han Xiao went to check on his buddy Ron. He was going to pull through, but he was missing his entire right arm. He whispered, hey, Han, you still kicking, man? You are lucky to be alive. He just grunted, yeah, a few close calls. Almost bought the farm. Han Xiao checked his stump and said, looks like you need a high-end mechanic. Relton started sweating bullets. How much? If it is too pricey, I cannot afford the fix. Without a word, he just snapped the new arm on. Just buy me a drink and we are even. Later, they were both at the city bar. Han Xiao poured the drinks and said, look, there is something that has been bugging me. He looked the guy in the eye. That cyberware is going to nerf your powers. You are a super, you know that better than anyone. So why do you supers even agree to get these modifications? He did not answer right away. Just took a massive gulp and finished his drink. Then he opened up, sounding a little buzzed. Sure, the implants weaken my abilities, but they keep me breathing a lot longer. A slightly weaker super is way more useful than a dead one. The community raised me, but I actually had a happy family once. He started drifting back into those bitter memories. When the Dark Star attacked, a single laser beam turned my parents into literal dust. Relton was one of the lucky kids who made it, but just staying alive back then was a nightmare. But hey, silver lining. We survivors got handed over to the old veterans for some serious training. That old soldier told us that when the whole group is facing life or death, just picking up a gun to fight can save someone. And maybe save yourself too. Han Xiao thought that was pretty cool. Sounds like a solid guy. Is he still doing okay? Relton just slumped over on the table trying to hold back the pain. Well, actually, Then he kept talking about that respected veteran. When the first disaster hit, he could have just stayed safe behind the lines. But nope, he volunteered to head straight into the fight. Relton started choking up on his words before the booze finally knocked him out cold. The next time we met was Han Xiao was on edge, asking what happened when you finally saw him again. He looked over and realized the guy was totally wasted. Why leave me hanging like that? Hey, wake up and finish the story. Seriously, if you cannot handle your liquor, do not drink so much. He sighed and leaned back into the sofa. Phew, You eavesdropping over there here enough yet? Yet Melos had been hiding in the corner listening to every single word. Man, he was floored that he got caught so easily. Left with no choice, Melos had to start acting his heart out. Look, I run this bar and I do not care about your mercenary drama. Too bad for him, Han Xiao was playing on a whole different level. Cut the crap. You have military-grade engineer tools stashed right here in this bar? Do you really expect me to believe you are just some nobody? He stopped wasting time and laid his cards on the table for the owner. I know for a fact you are a grade B super. I even know about the legacy your brother left you. It is sitting right there in your basement as we speak. So you interested in talking about the future of the Sun Nu race? Melos froze like he was hit by lightning, his eyes popping out in total shock. Han Xiao went in for the kill with a final blow. On this planet, you are basically the main character of the whole story. Melos was confused and asked if he was a prophet. Han Xiao just crossed his arms and said coolly, "You tell me." He did not hold back and threw down a challenge. If you can see the future, do you know what I'm having for breakfast tomorrow? He was not in the mood to argue and just gave a soft reply. It is fine if you do not believe who I am yet. Just listen. Time will prove if I am right. Then he dropped a massive prediction about what is coming. Pretty soon, a huge number of Sun Nu supers are going to get sick of sacrificing themselves for a race that gives nothing back. They will walk away forever, leaving everyone to scream in the dark. Once the Guardians are gone, well, he kept going with the bad news. After that, the Sun race will not have the power to stop the coming disasters anymore. To survive, you will have to beg higher civilizations for help. The Sun race will just be another dying memory in this massive, empty universe. Melos looked visibly annoyed and started snapping at him. Why the hell are you even telling me all of this? Do I really look like someone who cares if a whole race lives or dies? Han Xiao asked while helping Ron up. Because your own ending is tied directly to the fate of your people. Melos still looked like he did not believe a single word. So, what is my ending? He was worried telling him now would ruin the fun. Before leaving, he just said, I will tell you when you finally believe me. Melos just stood there in silence watching the two of them walk out of the bar. Suddenly, the sound of glass shattering echoed through the bar. Some drunk jerk started screaming that those Ghidorah people set them up and moved them to this dangerous planet on purpose. The guy slammed his hand onto the table in a total rage. He was completely wasted and losing his mind. He kept yelling, just go beg the Ghidorah then? What the hell is racial honor even good for? Survival is the only thing that matters. Our leaders are trash. Every single time they just let so many people die for nothing. My two younger brothers joined the army and both of them died in battle. This is all pointless. We could just get help from Ghidorah, so why are we struggling? All those supers are nothing but a bunch of useless losers. If they actually had any power, they would have fixed this disaster years ago. Rand could not stand his attitude and lunged forward to grab his collar. Everything you have right now is paid for with the lives of real heroes. Who the hell are you to judge them? The guy just shoved his hand away. Whatever that is just their job. People with power are supposed to carry more of the weight. If the race did not raise them up, they would just be regular nobodies like us. That kind of thinking honestly made him feel sick to his stomach. Rand got right in his face and yelled that he was disgusting and deserved to be left outside the city to rot on his own. He stayed stubborn and used a mocking tone. No way. I work hard and pay my taxes, so those heroes better protect me. It is their job. Rand listened in silence, unable to stand the trashy guy in front of him. As he kept bragging, he said, even if the city falls, I get priority for shelter. I am definitely going to outlive all those stupid heroes. Honestly, he wanted to take this guy out himself instead of waiting for the monsters to do it. Rand finally snapped. He grabbed the guy by his shirt and slammed him onto the floor. You do not deserve to be protected by anyone. Rand let out all his frustration and started throwing punches at the ungrateful piece of trash. The entire bar just turned into total and complete chaos. Melos rushed over to break it up. Relax. Rand. He grabbed his arm and pulled them apart. Stop it right now before you actually kill the guy. You two get out of here and go cool off at home. Even though the guy was nearly unconscious, he still would not shut up. Before leaving, the jerk yelled, watch your back, kid. Melos sat alone in the bar and just let out a long, heavy sigh. He started thinking about what just happened and remembered Han Xiao's prediction. Was that weird guy actually a real prophet? While he was lost in thought and totally confused, a voice suddenly cut through the air. Hey, get me a drink, will you? A guy in a black cloak walked in looking like a regular. Melos saw him and asked Fakna, I thought you quit drinking. Fakna just laughed and pulled back his hood to reveal a handsome face. Think of it as a celebration for me actually making it back alive. Melos poured him a drink. You're usually so controlled, so what is going on with you? He grabbed the glass and started chugging it until it was completely empty. Now he's hesitating, finally saying, look, brother, it was a struggle to voice his final wish, but he's done. I can't hold on anymore, I'm out. As he spoke, Melos geared up for round 2. Harsh reality had crushed their spirit. The galaxy has infinite paths, but sometimes you have to cut ties to keep moving forward. I'm done being shackled to this tribe. Plenty of soldiers feel the same. Once this disaster clears, we're not ever coming back. Fauna spoke up, sounding bitter and half drunk. We gave everything to the tribe, even our damn lives. But most people don't show an ounce of gratitude. They act like it's just our job to die for them. He remembered the trash the locals talked about the soldiers. The tribe raised them, so protecting it is just expected, right? Then Fauna continued, we have officially settled our debts. Maybe letting Jadora help is the best move. He drifted back to childhood memories spent with the Mellows brothers. Just one day I'm going to be a hero and save everyone. Davis looked on with total awe. You're the man, seriously. Fauna Mellows couldn't believe his ears and asked again, even you are quitting. He just threw on his coat and answered, staying alive is what matters. As long as you're breathing, your will never dies. Mellows looked confused by his attitude. Then why even come tell me this? He didn't hide it anymore, sounding blunt and accusatory as he spoke his mind. I hate you. You have more power than any of us, yet you hide in the back and let us protect you like a coward. Whatever, I just came to give you a heads up. Keep running or fight, it's on you. That hit Mellows where it hurts. He just looked down in silence as night fell over the camp and the gear. A soldier walked up from behind to remind him Black Star shift change. Everyone's heading to the shelter to rest up. Han Xiao saw the dark sky and didn't argue. Fine, I'll pull my guys out. He quickly checked the armored arm of the guy next to him. Success. The blueprint deduction reached a full 100%. You obtained the custom Sun New Earth Light armor. Han Xiao looked at the screen with a satisfied grin. Perfect. Been fixing this Sonin mech for days. Finally got the blueprint. The soldier nearby flexed his arm, looking totally impressed. Whoa, you're the best field mechanic I've ever seen. Seriously, thanks a ton. He didn't even look back as he replied. No sweat. In a dark corner nearby, a young soldier sat with his head down. Only 2 of us left in our mercenary group. I never thought this mission would be this deadly. His teammate suggested, terrified, let's just bail while things are chaotic. I don't want to die here. Suddenly, a long, haunting siren wailed through the speakers, immediately grabbing everyone's attention. In the darkness, a sea of flickering green lights suddenly appeared, completely blotting out the sky. The lights closed in within a heartbeat. It was a swarm of toxic insects. They dived down, attacking the civilians. Now everyone is screaming in terror. Soldiers rushed out with weapons, yelling at everyone to protect the civilians. Flamethrowers opened fire, burning the bugs alive while warnings blared over the noise. Hold them back, buy time for the gas. Another group of soldiers scrambled to hand out masks. Bug attack. We have to use gas to wipe them all out. Everyone grabbed a gas mask and bolted for the shelter. Everyone shouted while running in one direction, the monsters are here! Get to the shelter, Audi screamed in panic. Mom, on the way, a massive insect suddenly snatched him. Neve didn't hesitate, diving in to grab the kid from its sharp claws and bolted. He handed Audi back to his mom and calmed her down. It's okay, you're safe now. She hugged her sobbing son, looking at Neve with pure gratitude. Thank you, Mr. Neve. It's too dangerous out there, just hide here with us. No one will find you. He couldn't just say yes. How could I? As a warrior, protecting people is my job. With that, he slid through the closing door and back into the fight. Outside, clouds of poison gas filled the air. The insects dropped like flies from the sky while the soldiers started cheering loudly. Wow. The gas killed the dangerous bugs. This enemy was way too easy. Neil gripped his gun and warned them. Rookies, don't drop your guard. If the bugs are here, the disaster is peaking. A stronger beast tide is sure to appear soon. The soldier next to him nervously nodded, right loud and clear. Just as predicted, the ground started shaking like an army was charging toward them. A pack of thunder leopards covered in blue lightning slowly came into view. A rain of bullets hammered into them. Since the gas weakened them, these thunder leopards are no match for us at all. But before the laughter could even fade, a massive foot came down and crushed a tree. Nivell geared up, totally spooked. A herd of bone-armored elephants with glowing red eyes stomped forward. Oh crap, how the hell did an armored bone elephant show up here too? He raised his rifle, yelling to boost morale. Our families are behind us. Do not waver. Hold the line. But look, they call that thing an armored bone elephant for a reason. Our bullets are bouncing off like mosquitoes hitting steel. Damn, this thing is way too tough. We are not even scratching it. Squads of soldiers are literally throwing themselves under its feet, using their own bodies as human shields to stop the charge. But they are like bugs hitting a windshield. The elephant just swings its massive trunk and sends everyone flying like they are ragdolls. This is absolute carnage. Neve hits the dirt hard and scans the field. Forget it, he says. We cannot stop this beast on our own. He launches himself into the air and screams an order. Everyone fall back now. I will handle this overgrown monster myself. Neve puts everything into a massive kick right to the elephant's skull. It screams in pain and lashes out with its giant trunk in a blind fury. He takes the hit and gets slammed into a cliffside. The soldiers lose it. Captain Neve, are you still with us? The elephant smells blood and charges, making the earth tremble. It builds up speed and rams the cliff face, trying to turn Neve into a pancake. But Nivell manages to zip out just in time. He leaps up and projects a massive energy shield to halt the beast. Not one more step. You are going nowhere. But when it rains, it pours. Nivell senses a new threat. A stray thunder leopard is stalking toward him looking for a piece of the action. It lunges and pins him down under its claws. It opens its jaws wide, ready to tear him apart with those razor-sharp fangs. Nivell winds up and bashes its head, dazing the beast completely. He flips over and kicks it away like a sack of absolute garbage. He returns to the barrier, shaking all over. My energy is tapped out. I cannot hold the shield much longer. The elephant keeps ramming the shield like a crazed bull. Neve grits his teeth. No way. I am not letting this monster break our line. This is Nivell to Command Center requesting immediate fire at coordinates 774365. Do it now. Targeting one armored bone elephant. Copy that. High above in orbit, the cannons lock on and launch a barrage of missiles straight at the target. That giant elephant looks like a toy under this firepower. The ground explodes, sending dirt and blood flying everywhere. Total destruction. Nearby soldiers just clutch their rifles and scream in shock. Elsewhere, the sky is on fire as they focus on a purple dragon. One soldier yells a warning without letting up his fire. Hey, you mercenaries can't just bail on the front lines, but they don't care. The whole squad starts running the other way. No amount of cash is worth dying for. I am totally out. My kid is due any day now. I am not ending up as monster bait. The soldiers take out their frustration on the trigger. Damn it. Those mercenaries are totally useless when things get real. His buddy understands. It is not always like that, he says. The Black Spirit Legion actually put in some serious work today. True enough. Just look at those other mercenaries over there bragging about their kills like it is a game. I got 20% more kills than you this time. Jealous man, shut up. You only won because your gear is way better than mine. The soldier sighs. I used to think they were just flaky losers, but I guess I was dead wrong about them. In a nearby neighborhood, a single light stays on while the rest of the world is buried in darkness. A simple closed sign hangs on the door. Inside, a news anchor gives a grim update on the ongoing disaster. This latest invasion is on a whole new level. The sheer number and aggression of these monsters is completely unprecedented. Yesterday cost us too many good soldiers, and the nightmare is far from over. Malicious sits there defeated, surrounded by empty bottles and trash. The news continues to drone on in the background. We honor our fallen heroes and thank the brave souls still fighting for our lives on the front lines today. He slams his empty glass down in pure frustration. Malicious grabs his coat and storms out into the dark alley while enlistment flyers drift through the air around him. He looks at them and just sighs. He grabs one, balls it up, and tosses it into the trash without a second thought. A desperate scream cuts through the air. No, joining up is a death sentence. I will not let you go. Mello stops and watches. Wait, isn't that the kid who was brawling in my shop earlier? Rand pulls away from his mother and starts yelling back. How can you say that protecting our people is an honor? Others died for us, and I am totally ready to give my life too. It is a matter of pride. Mellows picks up the crumpled flyer as his mother's voice continues to ring in his ears. You are just a kid. You do not understand. Thousands enlist every year. They do not need you to survive this war. He unfolds the wrinkled paper. His mother's desperate pleas are still echoing all around him. That's wrong. It is a shame to hide. I want to be a hero like Nivell. His mother snaps and slaps him across the face. You used to train with Nivell, but he died in battle yesterday. They could not even find his body to bring home. James tried to hold her back, but Henna just kept spitting venom. His family is just a widow and kid now, living on handouts. Man, that is cold. She sobbed into her hands. At least that woman has a child to live for. Your mom and I are old, son. You are all we have left. If something happens to you, how are we supposed to keep going? Ram gently patted his son's head, trying to calm him down. Look, Rana, those supers and soldiers, even Mr. Nivell, they are legends. But us, we are just regular people trying to survive. I love our people, kid. I will work and produce for our race, but that is enough. The front lines, that is not our life. The boy looked down, finally getting it. Mom, stop crying. I am not going anywhere. Outside, Malicious lit a cigarette and took a long drag. He kept walking alone, his mind drifting back to the ghosts of his past. Little Mo squeezed his toy fighter jet, looking determined. Hey, brother, ditch school today. Come on, stay and play with me. Delphus sat at his desk, totally serious. No way, kid. I've got way too much studying to do. You have got so much talent. Why can't you be more like Fok Na and actually try? You can't just play all day. The kid pouted and shot back. If I can be happy without trying, why would I want to work that hard? Over on the other side, Fok Na was pumping iron and started trash talking. Hey, brat, get over here and arm wrestle me. I'm definitely not losing to you this time. Mellows just made a goofy face to tease him. Not gonna happen. He stared into space, remembering Fagona's parting words. I really hate you. You are way stronger than I am, but you are hiding back here like a coward while we protect you. Suddenly the memory shifted. A teenage Mellows came sprinting into the lab looking panicked. Brother, the Ghidorah rescue ship is finally here. We have to go right now. Delphus didn't look up from the screen. Our race is facing extinction. We need bigger, better weapons to survive this. I build the gear, Melos. I can't just walk away. Now get going and live a good life." He turned and smiled softly. "Hey kid, remember how you always wanted to know what I was hiding? Well, I left a little something in there for you. The code is our parents' birthdays written backward." Melos froze in the middle of a dark alley, gritting his teeth in pure self-hatred. Tears were already streaming down his face. He watched the pillars of smoke rising in the distance and just let out a frustrated scream. "Damn it!" Melos bolted back home, threw his jacket aside, and started frantically punching the secret code into the keypad. He panted, staring into the safe. "Ever since he left this for me, I have been making excuses, waiting for the right moment." A sharp, powerful set of combat armor gleamed in front of him. Mos made a silent vow to himself. This is the very last general-class battlesuit the Sunyu race has left. It's finally time to show the world what it can do. Dust choked the ground while black clouds swirled above. Suddenly, a massive, terrifying acid bug materialized in the middle of the sky. Someone screamed a warning, "A bigger one is coming. Defend!" The soldier took one look at the monster above and yelled, "Heavy acid bug. Run for cover." The thing didn't wait. It just opened its maw and sprayed a disgusting stream of neon green slime everywhere. That acid melted through everything it touched. The air was filled with blood-curdling screams of pure agony. Up in the atmosphere, the spaceships flashed their warning lights as the orders came through. The Sunyu ships locked their firepower onto the armored bug. In a heartbeat, shells were raining down on the target, but it was like a mosquito bite. To that thing, it only made the acid bug angrier. It beat its massive wings and targeted the ship that dared to attack. Then it opened its mouth and spat. Glob after glob of green slime slammed into the hull. The metal began to sizzle and melt, sending thick clouds of smoke into the air. Seconds later, the ship erupted into a massive fireball, while the crowd below watched in total shock and horror. Crap, this bug is on another level. It is actually taking down spaceships. Frenzied Sword pointed frantically at the rising smoke. The Sunyu people are in serious trouble. Is the Black Phantom really not going to help them? Han Xiao didn't even blink. He just puffed on his cigarette and acted like he didn't care. The Sunyu need to handle their own mess. At the end of the day, we're just outsiders here. Secretly, he was worried. If he jumped in now, it might mess up the whole timeline and ruin his entire master plan. But out loud, he just said, "Relax, take it easy." The Sunyu have survived plenty of close calls. I bet they have a trump card hidden somewhere. Just as he said that a massive hatch opened in the ground, turns out they really did have a secret weapon. The soldiers just stared in awe at the massive beast rising from the earth, a giant cannon. Han Xiao's eyes lit up, and he was practically drooling. "Wow, that is insane," he thought to himself. "I've only seen this particle orbital cannon in other players' videos before. Finally, I get to see the real thing with my own two eyes." Inside the massive barrel, colorful bolts of electricity surged back and forth. The orbital cannon was powering up for a shot. The status lights are flashing colors. Charging is done. Get ready to fire. Right then, that sparkling rainbow shell screams out, and suddenly the whole sky looks like New Year's Eve. Its insane power rips right through the acid beetle's heavy belly armor. Just like that, this ugly freak of nature is dead in one single shot. Our boy watches the fireworks and starts feeling himself. Wow, that is intense. Looks like this fight is going to be over in no time. Suddenly, a soldier points up and yells for everyone to look. "Hey, check it out." There is something weird falling from the sky. A massive fireball tears through the black smoke and comes screaming toward them. Down on the ground, the whole crowd just loses their minds. Oh man. A meteor too. The ships floating above start glowing as they react, cold-bloodedly blasting out electric pulses that look just like real lightning. A bunch of ships surround that meteor. They trap it in a massive electric net, linking their force fields together. The meteor slams into the grid, slowing its descent and buying enough time for the orbital cannon to fully charge its power. Han Xiao is watching this epic show, and he's definitely impressed by it. Turns out they are linking all those ships together to create one giant force field shield. Now that is a pretty smart move. The heavy cannons on the ground jump into the fight too, launching shells high into the air. The orbital cannon is fully charged and ready to go. It blasts that rock into a million pieces, scattering them all across the sky. The soldiers clutch their guns and breathe a sigh of relief. Awesome, we totally blew that meteor to bits. His buddy is not feeling so lucky though. He knows the planet's deadliest beast is sleeping inside that mountain. Watching the debris rain down in every direction, he gives a low, grim warning to the crew. If those falling rocks wake that thing up, we are in for a world of hurt. Amid the explosions and thick smoke, strange purple stones come flying out. This is bad news. That meteor was packed with shards of those dangerous shadow crystals. A pack of armored lizards starts crawling out with glowing eyes, and that dangerous beast sleeping nearby is officially wide awake now. They open their massive jaws and start spitting out streams of fire. And then, out of nowhere, another meteor filled with those crystals appears. This has Dark Star Conspiracy written all over it. Despite everyone freaking out, the armored lizards keep torching everything that gets in their way. The soldiers aim their rifles right at them and scream, "Die, you monsters," like it is reading his mind. The beast swats the gun away with one claw. The shadow of the king beast towers over them like a small mountain with burning bodies piled up at its feet. We are cooked. The defensive line is about to break as more king beasts show up one after another. They roar and swing those massive scythe arms around, looking to tear apart anything and anyone that stands in their path. Looking at this literal hell on earth, the man sighs. These king beasts are the apex predators of this planet, and they only showed up once before during the first great calamity. Back then, we lost over half our entire army just to barely chase those things away. After that, the king beasts just vanished. Who would have guessed they were sleeping deep inside the planet all this time? Alarms are blaring non-stop over the speakers, while a soldier on the high ground waves his arms to give the signal. The king beasts are here. Soldiers fall and swap to your melee gear and get into a defensive formation right now. Instantly, a wall of shields goes up as the soldiers dig in. Our superhumans are heading to the front lines to go toe-to-toe with those massive monsters right now. A solid wall of shields with absolutely no gaps is thrown together in seconds. Our job is to hold off the king beast until the orbital cannon is fully charged. The monster lets out a long roar and hunkers down, getting ready to pounce. Then it just launches itself right at the defensive line like a total maniac. Sweating and gritting in their teeth, the soldiers yell at each other to keep on holding the line. But compared to these giant monsters, human strength is basically nothing. The beasts just toss layers of soldiers into the air like they are pulling weeds. With just one swipe, a pile of bodies is left at the king beast's feet. At the very last second, the status light finally hits 100%. Charging is complete. Let it rip. That rainbow shell roars out, carrying everyone's last bit of hope. It streaks forward and shreds the king beast mid-air like it is made of wet paper. But there's only one shell, and there are way too many of those monsters left. Yes. How are there still so many king beasts left after a shot like that? The soldiers in the back keep wondering how much longer they can even hold on. Watching that flood of king beasts rushing in like a tidal wave, one guy thinks to himself, this is it. I'm totally dead this time. Suddenly a beam of light streaks up from the distance, but nobody even notices it. Meanwhile, those beasts are still going on a killing spree to satisfy their insane bloodlust. Mello drops down like an angel from above, landing a lightning-fast kick right in the king beast's face. He stands proudly on its corpse and turns to the soldiers, shouting out orders. Leave this place to me. You guys get to the front and back. Up the superhumans immediately. A bruised and battered Samala speaks up, sounding extremely worried about everything. They are incredibly grateful, but since he insists on facing the Beast King alone, Melos raises his flickering badge to explain. Don't sweat it, guys, I have got this covered. Staring at the massive mech radiating pure power right in front of him, he starts to stutter. No way could this be that legendary general-class armor Sam predicted. The power is actually real. He vaults into the air, grips his massive blade, and charges head-on into the monster horde. One swing of that blade cuts through the air, and beasts drop like flies. Melos is a whirlwind hacking monsters into literal pieces. Soldiers watch blood-soaked carcasses rain down their mouths, hanging wide open in shock. So this is how a general-class battlesuit actually fights insane. One guy thrusts his fist up and screams, "We're saved!" One squad stay and back up the hero. Everyone else hit the front and support the supers. Troops grab their gear and move out with a vengeance. Firepower restarts, and a literal rain of bullets hammers the enemy. Watching from the sidelines, Han Xiao lets out a satisfied smirk. That's our guy. He studies Melos' insane combat skills. Yep, he's finally here. Looks like the lead character of the Sun New storyline has officially awakened. He carves through the sky, his blade moving like a deadly dancer. On the ground, soldiers spray cover fire, pushing the line forward while trying to keep up with the hero's brutal rhythm. The beast count plummets under his edge. Melos tears through them like he's just picking up groceries at the market. Finally, he stands tall among a mountain of monster corpses. The survivors are actually running. We actually won, a lead soldier rushes over. Thank you so much. Who are you? Melos just turns his back and leaves without a word. Wait, where's he going? 2 days later, small skirmishes still linger. Fighting a winged nightmare struggling against a hail of bullets, the tired soldiers just groan. Both disasters are over, right? Why are these crazy beasts still hiding everywhere? When do we get a day off? A teammate waves him off. Quit your whining. Once we scrub the rest of these pests, then we can relax. Suddenly, Melos drops out of nowhere and slams the beast. Need a hand, boys. One quick kick and the beast is flattened. The squad goes wild. Yes, that's how it's done. Melos blurs away as cheers erupt below. Thanks, hero! The soldiers look at each other confused. Who the heck was that guy anyway? His buddy just shrugs. I honestly have no clue. But I heard the military is already digging into his identity. Right at a forest edge, not far from the city, Melos leans against a tree staring at his mask. Maybe it's finally time to tell them who I am. He stares at the helmet, totally torn by the choice. But if I do, the military will definitely take this mech to research. Anyway, over at the square, 2 giant screens start flickering. Peepo takes the lead on the news broadcast. On behalf of every citizen in Sun New, I want to express our deepest thanks to the tribe and mercenaries who fought during this disaster. He clenches his fist, announcing what everyone has been waiting to hear. This disaster is finally over. Our legendary warriors have protected the Sun Nu tribe once again. A massive roar of cheering instantly breaks out. People throw their hands up in pure joy. Melos in plain clothes blends into the celebration and keeps listening. However, we also lost many brave soldiers who gave everything during this nightmare. As always, please join me in a minute of silence. Melos and the citizens bow their heads. Some can't help but cry. Somewhere else, squads of soldiers stand in silence, mourning the brothers they lost on the field. Suddenly, right on live TV, Fauna storms up and rips the mic away from Peepo. Peepo panics. Mr. Fauna, you can't do that. Ignoring the confused MC behind him, he calmly takes over the broadcast. Citizens, I am Fauna. Most of you know who I am. I want to say a few words. He speaks every word clearly. As of today, representing 40% of supers and your former protector, I'm announcing our exit. We're leaving Sun Nu for good. The crowd immediately goes into a frenzy like a kicked hornet's nest. Everyone's shouting the same question. Why is this happening? Why now? Melos' knuckles turn white. He's grinding his teeth, thinking one name, Fauna. The players are going crazy, watching the drama snacks in hand, gossiping about everything. What's the deal over there? The leader of the supers and strongest mercenary, Fauna, just walked away from it all. Han Xiao is right there in the crowd, puffing on a cigarette with a knowing grin. Act 2 is finally starting. An armored soldier rushes forward to object. Fauna, why on earth would you do this? He clobbers him with a massive soul-crushing punch. Fauna just wipes the blood from his mouth and gives it to him straight. All these brothers I have lost over the years? We have given our blood and souls to the Sun Nu tribe. We're done being loyal. The soldiers standing nearby just hang their heads in total silence, but that one guy simply won't shut up with the constant criticism. How dare you make such a massive scene declaring independence like that? You are basically trashing the last shred of hope everyone has left. He tosses the microphone back to Peepo, looking like he couldn't care less. I did this in secret. You will use your national duty to hide my exit. I want every single person in the tribe to witness me walking away for good. That is the only way they can finally choose for themselves. Fauna turns his back and walks off without a single hint of regret. People are sobbing and asking why. We have struggled so hard to keep going until now. This cannot be happening to us right now. We are toast. Next disaster, we are all dead. They are kneeling with heads in hands. The Sun Nu tribe is officially doomed this time around. Suddenly, a familiar boot stomps the ground from behind, picking up some serious speed and power. Then a teal blur smashes through the giant screen in the square. Melos spins around midair, facing the crowd with a powerful, booming voice. Everyone, do not give up hope yet. Listen to me. A few people in the crowd quickly look up toward him. Is that the mysterious, super-powered guy from the news? He pulls off his helmet and introduces himself. I am Melos. From this day forward, the Sun Nu tribe, he thumps his chest, like a sacred vow, will be protected by me. The next morning, things are chill at the Sun Nu camp. Melos is hanging out with one of the local soldiers. The guy blurts out, thanks for letting us study your mech suit, and for stepping up when things got really ugly. Melos keeps it humble, just doing my part. So did we figure out what caused this latest disaster? The soldier does not hold back, blaming the Dark Star. Our intelligence says they are the ones behind this. Our spies tracked Dark Star to the Ghost Stone mines. They triggered the minerals, making this tide way more dangerous than usual. Hearing that familiar name makes Melos grit his teeth. Dark Star again. They just will not quit, will they? Why will they not leave our tribe alone? Seriously, what did we ever do to deserve this kind of heat? Meanwhile, at the recruitment tent, there's a massive line of people waiting. This is totally weird for this time of year, and Melos knows it. Drafting people this early? Probably because the FNER bailed on us, the soldier replies. Suddenly he spots a familiar face in line. Wait, is that the kid I thought his parents forbade him from joining up? That kid is none other than Rana. He looks the officer in the eye and says, Sir, I want to officially enlist. Jinbei looks him over. This kid is still wet behind the ears, so he decides to grill him. You're pretty young to be signing up. Did your parents not tell you to stay home and stay safe? Rand snaps to attention, shouting every word clearly. Yes, sir, but I know this is the right move for me. Seeing the kid's fire, he finally accepts the papers, but he is still judging him with those cold, serious eyes. Once these papers go through, there is no turning back. You are in it for the long haul, kid. Last chance to change your mind? The kid grabs the form, sounding dead serious. I'm not going to regret this. Melos watches it all and feels like a jerk. A kid that young stepped up while I was just being selfish. Just as he is about to head out, a familiar voice makes him jump out of his skin. Yo, we meet again. It is Han Xiao leaning against the wall, looking like he does not have a care in the world. I have been waiting for hours. Let us chat. Melos walks over, throwing some shade. How did you even know I was here? What are you, some kind of psychic now? Han just smirks, ready to flex a little of his own knowledge. I definitely do not know that some bar owner is actually a grade B powerhouse hiding in plain sight, he teases. And I definitely do not know he is using a general class mech suit called Shattered Light to fight off those disasters. It hits like a bolt of lightning. Melos stares in shock. Nobody knows about his suit's name. This guy might actually be psychic. He works up the nerve to ask, all right, so what are you actually after here? Han Xiao puts a friendly arm around him. Let me tell you a little story. It starts with a guy on a backwater planet. A handsome guy living in a primitive civilization gets treated like a total lab rat. One day an experiment goes sideways and he wakes up with psychic powers. He starts seeing flashes of the future. Using those visions, he makes a break for it and finally gets a taste of real freedom. Then he takes down the planet's villains and becomes a total legend. A guy everyone has to respect. Right then he saw a new future, a man-made disaster soon to strike his home planet. The mastermind lurks in the stars. So he left to find a way to save his world in the Dragon Realm. Turns out that was his life story. He grinned and pointed at himself. This loser was actually the handsome hero. Melos just stood there completely stunned. Oh, so you traveled into space to save your home and contact Sun Nu. He confirmed it. My home planet faces disaster. The villain is someone Sun Nu knows well. All the clues clicked. His face darkened. Dark Star. So that was their game. Dark Star is our common enemy, which is why I came here, Han Xiao said seriously. My colleagues and I are searching the stars for a cure. I am helping you as allies. Dazzled by this hero image, he realized this guy wanted to be a protector just like Sun Nu's heroes. Hearing the flattery, he took the chance to act cool. No. Saving people is just duty, not heroism. Poor Melos was totally sold. So what happens to me in your prophecy? He fell for it. His acting was legendary. He faked a thoughtful look, cooking up a Hollywood-level script. He died a brutal death fighting the disaster. Morihara City had a massive breach. You held that gap until your last breath. Then the beast tide literally tore you apart. He was shaking in his boots. Han Xiao kept the mystery going. Sun Nu is in trouble. This disaster is just the start and Ghidorah is not safe. Dark Star is watching like a hungry wolf. If you fight back, they will strike. Melos believed every word. He held his head. So is Sun Nu doomed? Sensing the moment was right, he made his move. Not at all, the path is right there. You just cannot see it destroy Dark Star. He argued back, that is impossible. Dark Star is massive. He delivered the final blow. They have made plenty of enemies right. Our hidden allies are everywhere now. Nobody wants to lead the fight against Dark Star. I will be that pioneer. His brainwashing was top tier. Melos was moved to tears. Han Xiao felt smug. Hooked. Then he got serious. Want to join other superpowered mercenaries in the stars? Just join my mercenary group instead. Seeing a good deal, Melos shook hands. All right, lead the way. I want to see your miracles. Han Xiao was already calculating. Players doing daily tasks do not feel any loyalty. But if the group lets players join the main story with NPCs, their emotional bond grows. If the plot centers on my group, loyalty will skyrocket. By putting various NPCs in my group, players are forced to interact with our league. Eventually, we become a shadow throughout the player's whole life. Crowds surged past the Jubilee Hub. Inside, Melos checked his phone. This group is only a month old. Black Star was for real. The system confirmed you joined Black Star. Just then, 3 other mercenaries walked by. They were buzzing about the cash. I need Black Phantom to upgrade my gear. Frenzied Sword agreed. Then Pizza noticed someone familiar sitting there. Wait, is that the hero our captain tricked into joining? He looked over. Yeah, that is Melos. They swarmed. They even poked his cheek to see if he had hidden quests. What's your deal anyway? You and the Black Phantom got some shady side hustle going on. Is that why you joined a merc squad under heavy fire? Melos stuttered out an excuse. Wait, what deals? After a long interrogation, he sighed. These mercenary guys are a little too intense for me. On the other side, Han Xiao finally showed up and was immediately swarmed by a mob of players. Wow, a merchant with a mech? I want it. One player grabbed armor exactly like the Sun Nu supers. 2 other guys nearby were like, how's the handling on that thing? The stats are solid, plus it's way better than the market gear and half the price. The guy in the suit was hyped. Moving is super easy with that built-in auto structure inside. The system pings with the revenue. Sold 3 Sun Nu personal suits for 3,000 credits. Talk about a deal. Customers were stoked to get their gear. This thing is perfect for me. Strong and cheap. Total steal, man. He just smiled. The profit on the basic mech suits was actually pretty low. Players buy the cheap stuff first, then spend more later. He announced the premium package to the crowd. This armor still has plenty of room for upgrades. I can buff it for you for a small fee. Everyone scrambled for the pack. Frenzied Sword's eyes were practically glowing with excitement. Wait, I can actually upgrade it. Count me in. I'll just sit back and let the cash roll in. Hand over the gear? Frenzied Sword didn't hesitate. I've got enough for 5 upgrades. Sending the credits your way right now. The account notifications kept pinging. Income 100, income 150, income 200. Han Xiao was laughing inside. I'll just buff them a tiny bit each time, but keep hiking the price up. But if they want to get stronger, they'll have to keep coming back to me for more. Melos saw the busy crowd and wanted in. Hey, Black Star. He gave a friendly wave to his friend. Oh, it's you. Haven't introduced you to the team yet. We'll have a proper welcome party some other time. He didn't want to waste any more time. Forget about the welcome party. I just want to know how you're building our Sun Nu mech armor. He pointed at a player. You want a picture? Nah, I just reverse engineered the blueprints while I was out there fixing gear. Pretty slick, right? Melos shut him down immediately. Has anyone ever told you that you've got zero shame? Later, he went back to the workshop machines everywhere. He checked the info on his screen, satisfied. Nice. Bought all the upgrade knowledge I needed. Job requirements are met, and I've got the cash. Finally, it's time to level up. System learning successful. You have now mastered the skill of heavy mechanical modification. Success, you've mastered electromagnetism. Requirements level 80 and 400 intelligence. 5 knowledge sets mastered. Mechanical tree is maxed out. Starting the upgrade now. Electricity surged through him as his inner power boosted. Success. Endurance up 1 point equals 40, health and 50 stamina. New job level 1 data mechanic energy plus 100 plus 3 agility. Plus 2 endurance plus 4 strength. Got 5 attribute points and 1 potential point. New skills include advanced modification, high concentration, refining magnetic vision and data stream, talent mechanical insight. After countless upgrades, Han Xiao felt like some internal chains finally snapped open. High voltage current flashed through his body one more time. Mechanical affinity leveled up. Energy became an extension of his senses, faster crafting and better gear. The stat window popped up. Han Xiao looked at the bottom line and felt totally satisfied. Finally hit B rank. He calculated his next move based on his new power level. In the galaxy, hitting B rank actually makes you a heavy hitter. Need to upgrade my guns for high-level fights. More power, better handling, and electromagnetic tech. Machines hummed cutting and shaping. Han Xiao used his new mechanical vision and an analysis screen appeared. Now for the best part, upgrading the armor. This active skill kicks him into high gear magnetic vision, jacking up his mechanical affinity even further. New pro skill unlocked. Mechanical analysis just cranked up my affinity in sync. Han Xiao tests the level up on his own body. The neon armor plates fit perfectly, showing off major stat buffs from the latest tech improvements. In that split second, he grabs the cutting-edge weapon he just finished building. Behold the soaring snake mecha, its peak form. Upgraded and ready, Han Xiao emerges in black armor with neon blue trim. This is the soaring snake siege mode. It looks totally legendary. His right hand grips a massive electric battle scythe. He's not backing down from anyone now. Han Xiao gives the new toy a spin, the scythe whirring through the air with a lethal metallic hum. He dumps every ounce of kinetic energy into the suit and rockets forward. Leaving a trail of sparks, even Flash would be impressed. Han Xiao flips his mask up, showing off a cocky grin on his face. Finally, some gear that actually matches my B rank power. Combat variety is about to get way more intense. Suddenly, the Jubilee hub speakers start blaring. Sorry for the interruption, but we have a major emergency situation. A Silver Spirit caravan was ambushed by mysterious scavengers and sold into slavery. These guys are bad news. Surviving Silver Spirits are offering a massive bounty for any mercenary group that can rescue their people. That hot news immediately grabbed everyone's attention in the main lobby. A player stops. Silver Spirits? Those guys always pay out like crazy. He is right. They have had a solid reputation for being big spenders for ages. Hailing from the distant Spirit Sea, they are a high-level civilization and an elite race with massive cosmic influence. Right then, Melos walks past the speakers looking deep in thought. He finds his best bud looking totally hyped. Black Star, did you hear that announcement? He cuts to the chase. Let us go grab that Silver Spirit bounty and make some serious bank. Han Xiao hears money and agrees. Fine, let us see the details. The two of them head to the lobby to check the mission board. The screen reads Rescue Captured Kin, posted by the Silver Spirits. Requirement 400 plus reputation. He is totally bummed. You need 400 rep just to take the job. Han Xiao's face falls. He's annoyed but has to accept it. We are not even halfway there. Guess we are skipping this. Melos turns to him sounding crushed. Such a waste. That money could have really helped our people. Han Xiao pats his shoulder. It is cool. We will find something else. There's always going to be another chance. Suddenly, heavy footsteps approach, as a voice interrupts their moment. Yo, Captain Blackstar. I knew I would find you here. It is none other than the high-end trio from the Skyring squad. Cassell plays it polite first. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm a squad leader for Skyring mercenaries. Gly. He looks the guy over and asks Skyring, heard of you? Why are you looking for me? He leans toward the board, sounding half teasing, half annoying. The Silver Spirit quest. Looks like you've hit a snag, Captain. Then acting 10 times more dramatic than Han Xiao usually does. I happen to have a way to solve your little problem. In fact, that is exactly why I'm here. Han Xiao is speechless. He drops the act and he yells right in his face. How rude, you are supposed to ask me what my plan is. Han Xiao has no choice but to play along. Fine, what is the plan? Gly listens and feels satisfied. Such a good kid. Then he makes his pitch. Skyring is taking this job too. Why don't you guys just merge with our team? Jodu, standing nearby, speaks up in total shock. Wait, did I hear that right? Skyring's captain is inviting a rookie to join? Byron nods his head. Skyring is super hard to get into. I applied once and got rejected. He keeps hyping up their status. No joke. That is the legendary Skyring. They are legit. Bolon continues with pure admiration. They are the top mercenary outfit in the Shattered Star Ring, a massive organization. Heard their leader is a grade A super with thousands of soldiers, but Han Xiao just says I refuse. Glai thinks the guy has lost it and points a finger. What did you say? I do not think I heard you. That massive rejection left them shocked. Their mouths are practically hitting the floor right now. He actually turned down Skyring, but he has a plan. Skyring came to him for a reason. They definitely spotted the unique immortal player trait. Joining Skyring would speed up my early game, but this Black Star mercenary squad would basically vanish for good. Melos is still clueless, asking this Skyring crew. Seems pretty legit. Should we not at least think about it? He shakes his head fast and explains if we join, we are just pawns. Our real mission is taking down Dark Star. But mercs only care about the bag. They're not going to risk a war with Dark Star just to help us get our revenge. He compares it to the situation on planet Sunil, where the warriors refuse to stay under Ghidorah's thumb. They have been fighting this whole time, because we are the only ones who can actually settle our own scores. Melos is totally stunned. He looks down, feeling like a tool, and admits he was not thinking straight at all. Do not worry, I have a plan. Meanwhile, the Skyring trio looks totally depressed after getting rejected. I do not even know them anymore. Watching the drama unfold is getting old, so he speaks up. Relax. I just said no to joining Skyring, not to working together. I have a way for both sides to win. Glai looks like he has been backed up for a week. What way Han Xiao steps in, using every ounce of his experience to sell the idea. A massive outfit like Skyring must have plenty of high-risk contracts lying around. I bet Skyring wants us because of those rumors about us being able to respawn right. My squad can take the heat and do the dirty work that usually gets your men killed. The offer sounds juicy and he is interested. So you guys would still follow our lead on missions then? He crosses his arms waiting for the hook to set. Bingo! Glai agrees instantly. Fine if you would rather be our little brothers that is on you. Meet at dock number 8 at 4 p.m. today. Melos watches the whole thing and starts hyping him up. Man, no wonder you can get so many supers to fight alongside you like that. Those negotiating skills are elite. Joining your mercenary group was the best call I ever made. Han Xiao is beaming with pride. All right, stop the fanboying now. Go get ready. He happily agrees and says you got it. The Black Star mercenary ship pulls up to the mission site. The crew hops out and starts geeking out immediately. Already on the next gig. Nice. Word is this one is a major contract. Melos walks with Han Xiao. He promises with a payout this big, it is going to be dangerous. Do not worry, I will watch your back. He shoots a look back, sounding totally cocky. Please, we will see who is protecting who out there. Why do not we have a quick spar? He sees that smug face and hesitates for a second. Love the confidence, kid. Let us spar. Just do not blame me when I absolutely crush your spirit and ruin your day. A bit later, they head inside the training room. Melos puts his dukes up. Come on, let me show you how big the gap between our ranks really is. Relax, I will hold back so I don't hurt you. Han Xiao lunges forward to take control. Oh my god, quit stalling already. He throws a lightning punch right at his head. Luckily, Melos blocks it just in time. Melos looks at him totally impressed. Not bad. I did not expect a mechanic to actually have some moves. Then the gloves come off. He kicks Han Xiao across the room, but the fight is far from over. He thought he had the win in the bag, but suddenly his face goes totally blank with shock. He pulls out the armor and a massive electric scythe, swinging it down with a taunt. Is that all? Then he delivers a really heavy strike. Melos takes a direct hit. The power is so insane that he goes flying and slams right into the back wall. How am I supposed to fight that Melos is all scratched up and finally realizes he totally underestimated the guy? But he refuses to back down, touching his necklace to activate a high-tech spatial key. Things are about to get heated. I was going to take it easy, but clearly, you do not need the help. It is go time. He suits up in his heavy armor and steps forward. If that is how it is, I guess I am going all out too. The fight hits its peak and he drops into a combat stance. This is exactly what I wanted. Bring it. Outside, the Skyring trio is strolling over. Gasil suddenly stops to check out the weirdest thing ever right in front of him. Looks like Dage and Raisan are crowding around a cute service bot. Here's your premium orange drink, 70% sugar, sir. She is loving it. Wow, you can actually just put in a recipe and it makes the whole thing. Another guy is totally obsessed with the bot. So cool the ears even twitch. He watches the happy crowd and thinks to himself, it is just a robot. What is the big deal? These locals are making a huge scene over nothing. Time for a little education, kids. Gasil's Flex Fest is about to begin. He hacks a bit to make sure every eye is on him. Cough, cough, his buddy immediately bounces. Man, I've got a bad vibe about this. Time to get out of here. Holy cow, he flips a coin and boom. Instant power armor. Talk about a pro-level flex. This dude is extra. Oh, did I just accidentally suit up in the latest high-tech combat armor? The girls are absolutely losing it over this display. Man, that gear is sick. Gasil starts throwing out those flirty looks to reel them in. Hey, seems like you're digging the suit, but honestly, you aren't even strong enough to pilot a set like this. Join the Tianhuan group, and I might just gift you a starter version of this suit. I am incredibly generous with my coworkers. Rasan knows a scam when he sees one and backs off. Thanks for the offer, but I'm good, buddy. Suddenly a teammate's shout kills the awkward vibe. Hey look, the captain and Melos are going at it right now. The whole group grabs that excuse like a lifeline and sprints away. Whoa, I have to see if that weird old guy can actually fight. Peace out. So disrespectful. These locals have zero class. Meanwhile, in the training zone, things are getting intense between the two. One punch thrown, two strikes back. The two of them are just a whirlwind of pure action right now. The crowd is absolutely floored. D is even dropping F-bombs in shock. No way Hak Tin swapped into new armor again. Looks sick. Risan agrees. That power level didn't just go up, it skyrocketed. Glay wanders over to see the hype. He is thinking these primitives couldn't possibly have decent gear. But the fight is already reaching its climax. Melos ducks a nasty scythe swing and taps out. Cough, all right, I surrender. Let's call it a day, shall we? They both walk off feeling good. A bruised Melos asks, Hey, how did you get this strong all of a sudden? Back at Sunyu, you were barely rank C. Han Xiao does not play coy. Huh. I just broke through recently. A familiar voice interrupts the moment. You know that Captain's battlesuit is actually surprisingly powerful. Gassel is sticking to them like glue won't leave them alone. He is back to recruiting, but claims his specific armor is off limits. Better off joining Tian Huan instead. Risan shuts him down with a total mic drop of a line. See, our captain is a pro mechanic. Once he improves these designs, they will be mass-produced and sold to us for cheap. Why don't you just join Hak Tin instead? The perks over here are way better, trust me. He is visibly pissed and storms off. Whatever, I have my own career path. If you're not interested, I'm done talking. Han Xiao watches for it a bit and sees right through him. The guy is just trying to scam players into switching classes. Not one person jumped ship. Looks like all that hard work building this team is finally showing real results. In another part of the galaxy, a scavenger spaceship is just drifting through a lonely asteroid belt. Faye, the big boss of the scavenger, strolls through the brig while barking out some orders. Better strip search these Nyanlin Nyan people immediately. If they have trackers on them, we are in deep trouble. These guys are kidnappers. Two thugs lunge forward and roughly grab a prisoner. Sit down and stay quiet. Get those filthy hands off me right now, the prisoner snaps back firmly. The goon answers with a lightning-fast punch. Drop the noble act, loser. He keeps on threatening him. You still do not get the kind of mess you are in, do you? Just as the prisoner hits the floor, a shiny black pearl falls out of his pocket. Faye catches the whole thing and steps over to grab the mystery item. He inspects the pearl with a grin. Wow, you really kept this pearl hidden, didn't you? The prisoner goes ballistic. Give that back to me. I am an official messenger for Tin. If you dare to take that you are as good as dead? The goons just laugh. Oh, you are an Tin messenger. Then I guess I am the Prime Minister of Ghidorah. You think Tin just lets anyone in? Even our big boss could not make the cut. Faye pockets the treasure. Search every inch of them. I already have a buyer lined up. We are heading for Long Than right now. The henchman screams, Long Than? You mean the territory belonging to that legendary person? Faye stays cool. This customer is actually one of his subordinates, and they are more than ready to pay up. The prisoner watches them thinking they are fools. Even with that pearl, they will never be able to crack the encryption. Meanwhile, over on Planet 5 Van 122, a massive crowd is gathered for the big rescue mission. Is this the rally point, man? There are a ton of people here. Everyone is busy prepping for the contract. With this many elite mercenaries joining the rescue mission, those slave traders do not stand a chance. Out of nowhere, a voice snaps, Hey, you are Black Star, right? A stunning blonde babe walks up trailing that elite Tian Huan squad behind her. I am the flower officer of Tian Huan and lead this mission. Welcome to the Party Immortal Army. Han Xiao plays it cool but asks about the mission status. Thanks, but why are we just chilling here instead of moving out? Dean repping the Silver Spirit people steps in. Right now we are just praying some local star system fortune teller can actually give us a solid lead. Hua mentions that the pearl from the pen is officially gone. The Silver Spirit trackers are fried. We have zero clues about that scavenger raid, and let's be real, we're totally on the back foot here. Han Xiao smirks, looking way too confident. A prophet man, that is literally my specialty. He turns to the guy next to him. You are the boss hiring us, right? If I drop some real intel, do I get a fat bonus? Zin snaps back immediately. No problem at all. So what is your price? Han Xiao does not hold back, demanding 2 advanced mechanic knowledge sets. Since it is for his Silver Spirit crew, the guy agrees right on the spot. Give us some solid info, and once this job is done, you will get exactly what you asked for. Han Xiao grins and thanks him for being so generous. Then he locks in, focusing his powers as he stares deep into the empty void. Let me take a look. A vision of the future hits him. He predicts I'm seeing a skeleton. There is the breath of a void dragon, then the vision jumps to the prison holding the Silver Spirit people. A man shows up plus some gross fat dude. The Tian Huan crew hears this and their eyes just bug out. The officer mumbles about the dragon, then someone connects the dots and screams, It is Floating Island, the floating island of Long Than. As soon as they hear Long Than, those Tian Huan soldiers turn tail and bolt like total cowards. My bad, but I am out. I am not going to Long. Then that place is terrifying. Kong Dao watches them run, feeling totally confused by the whole scene. Why is everyone bailing? What is the big deal with Long Than stands there acting like he knows it all? Allow me to clear that up for you. He speaks for Bok Tong, his voice sounding creepy and flat. Long Than is neutral ground for every criminal under the sun. As long as you do not piss off the boss, anything goes there. Plus, the ruler there is a high-tier A-ranker with crazy power. Instead of being scared, the sword guy and the big dude are hyped? Man, that sounds awesome. We're definitely getting some killer footage there. Count me in. Hua watches them and tries to give a friendly warning. Even with immortal bodies, that place is suicide. You guys better think twice. It is not too late to back out right now. Han Xiao puts his rep on the line. No sweat, we're not afraid of a little trouble. The officer looks at the kid with total respect. Man, what a badass. Let us work together then. Meanwhile, at the Dark Star base, a secret meeting is going down. The room is buzzing with people talking. The courier got jacked. Did Ghidorah sniff out our plan already? Songmu asks, sounding like he is about to lose his mind with worry. No, it was just a fluke. Our silver spirit cargo got snatched by some random slave traders. Maski drops the good and bad news. The tracking devices on those guys are officially toast. But our informant just heard that a slave merchant on Long Than is currently scooping up all the silver spirits. There is a 90% chance our cargo was sold straight to that guy. The best news is that outsiders do not have the password for the pearl. They definitely won't find the mutation source or that gene extraction device inside. Kim Lei nods and comes up with a plan fast. If that is how it is, send Ember to Long Than right now. Since he joined Dark Star, he has never missed a single shot. Outside, their ship cruises through the silent, massive void of space. But inside, the pressure is on. It is on. You know, success is the only option. Do not even think about failing. The Dark Star assassin Ember nods, promising that the mission will be finished. Over at Long Than, buildings drift through a gorgeous sky. An assistant snaps a salute and gives a formal report. Sir, the intel just came in. Lucas stands nearby with a big grin. Yo, long time no see, man. Hua looks over at Han Xiao, who is busy sketching. Han Xiao, why don't you describe what the middleman looks like? He holds up his sketch and asks the guy. He looks kind of like any of this ringing a bell. The guy takes one look and waves them over. That is definitely Hullet. He runs the biggest slave market on this entire floating island. Follow me. I will lead you to the market. Meanwhile, down in the Long Than slums, Du Then and his crew are refusing to get lowballed. No way, these are top-tier minerals. 40 is an absolute insult. I can't let them go for that price. Kill shoves a gun in his face, acting all tough. I said 40 deal or no deal. Du Then turns pale and caves immediately. Fine, fine, it's yours. Kong Dao sees this blatant bullying and starts losing his mind with rage. Aren't you just picking on the weak? The guy looks over with a smirk. Oh, wow. A mercenary who only cares about cash is suddenly a hero for justice. Ren stands there and literally spits on the floor in total disgust. Worst luck ever that spit lands right on Fang Ninggui's hand, making her yelp in surprise. Han Xiao's eyes flare up with pure murderous intent. He doesn't say a word, just launches green into the air with one move. The pirates see their buddy face down and start acting tough. Dead man walking. This mercenary actually thinks he can lay a hand on a pirate. You guys looking for a coffin kill? La leads the charge with a massive ego. Let's show them some blood. Hua doesn't flinch, putting power into her palms and calling for the squad to gear up for a fight. She points a finger up slowly, drawing a circle to summon a whirlpool, then freezes those pirates solid in blue crystals. Han Xiao sees the opening and leaps, shattering the crystal and the guy inside into a million tiny pieces. The Tien Huan mercs aren't slacking either, throwing kicks and punches to blast back the incoming enemies. Mello looks like a worried dad and asks, aren't the guards here supposed to be terrifying? Is starting a riot on someone else's turf really okay for us? Really okay for? Han Xiao just smirks. Relax, Dragon Tan actually lets people scrap here. Seeing the other side pull out heavy weapons, he adds a quick reminder. Just remember the one rule, don't kill any of the locals or the workers. Shells are flying everywhere and a few go rogue, smashing into the nearby houses. Someone starts screaming at them to cut it out. What are you doing? For the love of God, don't wreck the houses on Dragon Tan. Steppen stares at the mess he made while his teammates rip into him. Uh-oh, what did you do? Suddenly, a few aircraft appear in the sky. Melos watches the pirates surrender and groans. Please tell me those aren't the Dragon Tan guards coming for us. Who invited the Jinx to open his mouth? The planes start blasting a warning. Pirates, you destroyed property, caused worker casualties, and hit Dragon Tan in the wallet. This sentence is carried out now. They drop to their knees, begging, we will pay for it. Please, just give us another chance. But a cold, robotic voice answers over the sound of machine guns. In the name of Master Emery, the sentence is death. Bullets rain down, wiping out the pirates. Lucaso shakes like a leaf, staring at the bodies and stuttering they are all dead. He is shivering like he just took a round-trip tour of the afterlife and barely made it back. Good thing we stuck to the rules, or we would be body bags right alongside them. At the Dragon Tan slave market, a 3-story building is packed with people. Someone is giving a tour calling it the whole slave market. In a flash, Han Xiao transforms into a flashy, rich playboy leading the way. Using his mercenary ID would just tip them off. I should probably handle the scouting. The Tian Huan merc next to him nearly jumps out of his skin in shock. How did you even do that? Is that some crazy disguise tech? An agent in a sharp suit starts pitching the merchandise to the big spender. What race or gender are you looking for today? Han Xiao just shakes his head like everything is garbage. Is this common junk really all you have to show a serious buyer? If you don't have the rare stuff, I'm heading out. The market owner busy feeding birds looks over curiously. He sees the rich kid act and comes over personally. Haha, looks like a customer with real taste. Follow me. Han Xiao plays it cool. After you then. Hullet stops at a mysterious white door. I don't usually bring normal customers in here. Once they're inside, the old man spreads his arms with pride. These are the rarest finds around, mostly supers with special powers. See anything that catches your eye? The slaves grab the bars and scream, "You dirty human trafficker, you are going to get what is coming to you." He scans the room, noting there are no silver souls anywhere, then casually voices his doubt to the owner out loud. This stuff is decent, but I need to be sure. You've got to have some even better stock hidden away, right? Hullet keeps kissing his boots. Not many people can look at this stash and stay unimpressed. Clearly you know your stuff. The old man acts mysterious. Since you're so picky, let me show you the crown jewel. Han Xiao looks at Erosia, sitting miserably behind bars, and starts calculating. Just a high-level supergirl, huh? He sighs, realizing the prisoners haven't hit Dragon Tan yet. Just then, the system pops up with a notification. Han Xiao scans the flowery script. You have triggered the Guest from Afar quest, introducing the mission where you first lay eyes on her. Those eyes are permanently etched into your mind, feeling just like a misty, dreamlike fog. It feels like she is opening up in the pitch-black night coming from the deepest abyss. Your heart skips a beat. You want her, Quest requested. Free her from the slave market and keep her by your side for a period of 6 days to complete the quest. 1.8 million XP reward, plus some unknown mystery loot. He stares at this crazy trap with his mouth wide open. Wait, I did not even know. Hidden quests like that still existed. Han Xiao puts his hands in his pockets and looks at Erosia. You said she is the last item, so what makes her special? Hullet grins and bows respectfully. Sir, she is incredibly smart. A powerful superhuman with ancient blood and energy levels that are way higher than any normal living being. No need to worry about her betraying you because he strokes his chin. She has amnesia. She has no memory of her past and no clue what to do. She seems to have no instincts or desires and definitely will not resist you. You can do whatever you want with her. He nods excitedly and decides to start haggling. That is interesting. What kind of price are we talking about? Hullet holds up 3 fingers and makes a greedy demand. It is not expensive, just 300,000. Han Xiao does not say another word. He turns and walks away silently, cursing the old fox. You're trying to rob me now? Is that how it is going to be? Why should one scammer make life hard for another? Seeing his big target walking away, the old man panics and chases him to negotiate. If it is too much, you can name your price. How about 200,000? Wait, 100,000. Holt starts sweating and drops the price like a desperate flea market vendor finally hitting 10,000. He claims he is losing money while wearing a total sleazeball grin. Han Xiao looks at him with suspicion. Such a massive discount? Something smells super fishy. He pushes up his glasses. Tough bargain. The price is okay, but I want to buy other rare slaves too. Do you have any more stock? The old man treats Han Xiao like royalty, now smiling and making promises. Haha, you really are one lucky guy. Got a rare shipment coming soon. Stop by then. Han Xiao waves him off and responds. Fine, I will come back then to check the goods and buy that weird girl too. The staff member following them scratches his head in total confusion. Why the rush, boss? Is she hard to sell? She is not hard to sell. But no matter who buys her, she always loses her memory and ends up back here within 6 days. I have watched her leave with many buyers. She always returns glowing gold in her cage. She is a golden goose, sold many times already. Even the Lord got curious and killed her once. The cycle of being sold or killed and then returning while glowing with golden light just keeps happening over and over again. Hullet enters the room code. So any unlucky sucker who buys her is basically just handing me free money. I can obviously keep scamming people like this over and over again. The assistant immediately gives a thumbs up to flatter him. Boss, you are so smart. This really is a steady deal with zero risk. Han Xiao shares the intel with everyone. The silver spirits are not sold yet. We need to move fast. If they have already been sold to Hullet, we will be forced to take a huge risk and fight against the Dragon Guards. Save them before the deal goes down. During the night while the buildings are dark and everyone is fast asleep, Han Xiao and his crew study the map to assign tasks. Glay take the scouts straight to the river to watch them. Find the scavengers who kidnapped the silver spirits and tag their trucks. We will strike right here. 2 heavy trucks will block them from both sides. The mission to rescue the hostages is up to you, immortal soldiers. We cover you, no problem. 3 hours later, a private jet stops right above the massive building. Glay quickly gets on the radio to report the target is spotted. Roger that, switching to mech suit, move out now. The enemy leader has ancient snake blood. His senses are incredibly sharp, and he has the ability to predict the future while staying alert and looking around. He stares in one direction with his golden eyes, then twists his snake head around to catch a scent. I smell enemies. Everyone get back inside the ship now. Still rocking his hulking bullman look, he hits up his partner to give them the lowdown. Yo, Holus. I made it to Longvan Island, but someone is breathing down my neck. You better come grab this cargo yourself, and do not forget to bring the heavy security detail. The radio crackles with some seriously rude complaining. Damn, what a mess, I hear you. Glay is lurking nearby, and quickly checks the status of the field. Damn it, those star scavengers just bolted back into their spaceship. Wa rushes out to crunch the numbers. These guys are slick. They definitely know we are here. They might have spotted our position already. She and her squad decide to go in guns blazing. It is go time. We need to snag those hostages before this deal goes south. Soldiers are everywhere, some flying and others hitting the ground, pulling out their weapons and letting it rip. Huge explosions send rocks flying everywhere. Phi sits back watching the chaos unfold while barking out the orders. Crap, it is an ambush just like I thought. Cover me right now. Just hold the line until the Longthan guards get here, and we are golden. The scavengers lock in and start trading heavy fire with the enemy head-on. Han Xiao leads his crew in a surprise flank from the other side. Yo, follow me. We are hitting them right over there. He swings that massive scythe, dropping soldiers like flies, while the rest of the crew gets in on the action with some heavy kicks. Since the situation seems totally under control now, Han Xiao powers up and starts leaping across the rooftops to make his exit. Phi looks down and sees his guys losing. He is looking pale. Wait, never mind, his skin is already green anyway. He glares at the mech warrior and talks some trash. You're a pretty tough big guy, but you will never catch me. Right after that, Phi uses some magic to shift into a slithering green snake, twisting his way across the dusty ground to escape. Han Xiao watches this legless freak bolt away like a rabbit and starts cursing his 18 generations in his head. Damn it, this animal actually used a transformation ability just to wiggle out of a fight. The prisoners behind the bars finally look hopeful and shout out, "Hey, you are here to get us out of here, right?" He does not sweat it for long. If the guy ran, he ran. Saving these people is what matters most. Han Xiao casually lifts the entire iron cage over his head and prepares to bounce. Even with all that extra weight, he sticks the landing like a pro. It is as light as a feather, not even a bump for the guys inside. Sees the mission is a wrap. She is done fighting. Mission success. Everyone pull back, do not get cocky. But getting out is never that easy. A whole fleet of spaceships starts closing in from above them. This is bad. The Longthan security forces are already here. The boss looks out the window, looking totally annoyed. I cannot believe a bunch of lowly mercenaries are giving you this much trouble. It is pathetic. Balding Holus gives a greasy smile saying, this cargo is top tier, and he will make it worth their while. The boss nods and barks out a command. Do not you dare touch the cargo, but feel free to wipe out everyone else. The ships let loose a massive rain of fire, sending the mercenaries running for their lives like crazy. Likta is flat on the ground, coughing his lungs out and barely clinging to life. He grunts and forces his blurry eyes open to look at the ground. This little round marble rolls right up to his hand. What the hell is this thing? As soon as he grabs it, a system alert pops up. You found an unidentified item. Give this to a special character to score a massive reward. Or you could just take this item to get it appraised instead. Lai reads the screen and cannot believe his luck. No way, an actual unidentified item. Another player sees him lagging and yells for him to move. Hey Lai, what are you doing? Run. He shoves the marble in his pocket and scrambles to his feet. Yeah, I am coming. He is already thinking this could be something huge, so he better keep it safe for now. The sky is raining infinite ammo as the command goes out. Crank up the heat and do not let any of them escape. A group of soldiers gets blasted into the air and falls like rubble. Glay is watching his teammates get taken out one by one, and he is losing his mind. We have to take down those Longthan guards. If we do not, half of us will be dead before we even reach the escape ship. Han Xiu shields the people in the cage and shouts a quick warning to the rest of the team. No way. If we mess with the Longthan guards, we're going to have the owner himself coming after our heads. We have to find a way to slow them down without actually killing anyone. Wei looks at the sky and takes on this mission herself. Leave it to me. She channels power into both hands, and a massive wave of ice crystals appears swiveling into a whirlwind that traps the ships. The ice pillar just keeps growing until it freezes all those ships into one massive solid block of ice. Suddenly that ice block looks like a giant Christmas tree, decorated with tiny spaceships. Han Xiao and his crew start running like their lives depend on it. Holy crap, she actually froze the ships. That is insane. Get back to the ship now. The soldiers are still looking back, looking totally worried. Freezing the Longthan guards. Like that, are we really sure we want to piss off the big boss of this place? The ship door opens and everyone is screaming at each other. Come on, get this thing started and let us go. That sleek black ship is hovering between the floating islands ready to take off. The screen shows the progress bar hitting 99%. It is time to make the jump. Glay is totally hyped. This is great. Once we make the jump, those guys will never catch us. The soldiers in the back are celebrating while he stays focused on the win. Looks like the mission is done. There was a little hiccup, but they still pulled it off. Or not. The ship slams into a barrier, making a nasty screeching sound. Warning, warning, thrusters. Offline. Warp jump failed. The ship shakes violently, sending everyone flying and cursing. Damn it, it feels like the whole ship is being dragged backward. Ames the dragon, seat. Lord of Floating Dragon Island sits there with her chin in her hand. She speaks softly. You trash my adorable underlings in my own house and think you can just walk away that easily. Melos is shaking like a leaf. The dragon seat. Why did she show up? Glay is useless, just sitting frozen on the floor. We're so dead this time, man. Frenzied Sword leans on Han Xiao. Is she really the legendary lord? Is she actually that strong? Han Xiao doesn't answer directly. Remember how that guy froze the ship? That was impressive, right? Well, he was only a B rank. Han Xiao calmly describes the bloody battlefields and the rise of the universe's greatest masters. Technically, in this universe, a rank is supposed to be the absolute peak for any superpowered being. But some A ranks broke their chains during a life-or-death fight and surpassed their own limits. He introduces the 4 pillars. People like that are called beyond a grade. Only 4 of these beyond a grade titans exist in the entire Shattered Star Ring, and she's one of them. Meat Bun is shaking, clutching his tiny body and cursing like a sailor. How do we even play this frenzied sword is hopeless and desperate. We won't die right. She won't lock us up and torture us. Both of them picture this bloodthirsty, evil version of the dragon seat and scream. It's way too scary. Meanwhile, at the central fortress of Floating Dragon, the massive, imposing stronghold looks surprisingly majestic and poetic under the night sky. Han Xiao's crew bows their heads, shaking with fear. Ames leans back on her throne and asks casually, Wyssander, what's the penalty for attacking our guards? The guard captain stands perfectly straight. According to the rules, anyone who fights back dies. She makes a quick call. Fine, just lock up the Sky Ring guys until their captain pays up. He scratches his head confused, but the rules say Death Ames gives him a look that could kill. I am the rules. She crosses her legs, sounding like she's doing them a huge favor. Since the Sky Ring captain has done some free work for us in the past, I'll be merciful this time. Pay the fine, and I'll let you go. The soldiers cheer like they just won the lottery. Meat Bun is so grateful. Thank you for your kindness. Melos breathes a sigh of relief. Thank God she's not killing us. Frenzied Sword is just happy he's not being tortured. Ames shuts them down immediately. I said I wouldn't kill Skyring. Why are you guys so happy? Melos and his 500 men look like they just got hit by lightning. Total shock. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't kill you all. Don't speak and you're done for. Han Xiao is drenched in sweat, his heart hammering against his ribs like a drum. If he can't fix this, they're dead meat. His only move is to gamble everything on the secret intel he has about the Dragon Seat's personal life. He stays cool and tries to cut a deal with her. I want to trade some intel for our lives. Ames looks completely bored as she tells him to speak. He remembers Aesop's lines and begins. One day I ran into this totally ordinary human guy. He looked just like some weary star traveler who had seen way too much of the dusty galaxy. He walked past, then called me back with a weird message. She gets annoyed and cuts the story short. This story is boring, Melos nudges him. Get to the point, she's about to lose her cool. Han Xiao is startled. Thank God he knows the entire script by heart. Good thing I studied Ames's backstory and know exactly who she cares about most. He kept his voice vague as he started to deliver the lines. He said, tell Ames not to wait anymore. I still don't want to see her. That was the message. The whole room goes completely dead silent, like everyone turned to stone. Suddenly, she slams her hand down and stands up. She blasts the group with a wave of glowing red energy. Everyone gets tossed except Han Xiao. He's doing a victory dance inside. Hooked, he acts all serious while rubbing his chin in thought. The guy looked rough, messy hair like a totally average dude you'd see walking down the street. Oh, right. Those pupils were glowing like... Emerson stumbled back completely, caught off guard by it all. He finished the thought like a star burning in a dark galaxy universe. Han Xiao slammed his fist down, totally hyped. Yeah, exactly like that. He felt way more relieved now. Maybe she finally stopped doubting him for once. Emerson's sigh hung her head crushed. Why avoid her? She got heated. Did their promise mean nothing to him anymore? Did you not say once I made a name for myself in this galaxy, you would find me? Wyssander looked worried. Boss, who was that guy supposed to be anyway? Even during the drama, Malot had to gossip. She leaned in toward Han Xiao. Her vibe seems totally unstable right now. Did your intel blow up in our faces? He lowered his voice. Relax. No way that happened. Emerson let out a heavy breath. The tension was insane, but then she got her act together and spoke normally. Since he made you the messenger, I am going to give you a choice right now. But her words left no room for no. Burn to ash or work for me. Smart people adapt fast, right? Han Xiao dropped to one knee. I am yours. His brain was already crunching the numbers fast. Man, looks like I'm never going to shake this dragon seat lackey label anytime soon, am I? Still better than being deleted. The Ghidorah soldiers were hauled off in handcuffs after she gave the order today. Do not forget. Black Star, that silver race rescue mission is all on you now. Han Xiao was barely hanging on. He sighed and gave a vague answer. Yeah, I will think of something. Wisander pointed. Black Star crew, follow me. Time to register for your new gig over here. Once the boss was out of sight, he dropped that cold act and started chatting away to build a relationship. Hey, looks like we are basically colleagues from here on out. Is there anything you can spill to your new brother on the inside? What is the deal with that guy? And Mercy Han Xiao smirked and asked a killer question back. Why care? You crushing on the dragon seat? Wisander got all starry-eyed and started pouring his heart out. She keeps curving me, but my looks and charm will win her soul eventually. I just know it will happen soon. Talk about deluded. I do not get demon standards, but hey, good luck with that, my guy. You really need it. He took the fake compliment seriously. Thanks for the kind words, man. I feel hopeful again. He flexed his massive muscles while he kept talking. Floating Dragon Hall was packed and bright. Capitalism and overtime are everywhere, man. Everyone is a slave to the grind. Manager Jenny scratched her head. New Black Star. A mechanic. She typed fast. Black Star. You're going to logistics. They really need the help. They're short-handed over there. The rest of you join the Floating Dragon security squad. Han Xiao patted Melos on the back. Watch the crew while I'm gone. Do not let them wild. Keep them in line, he nodded. Got it. Wisander grabbed Melos, looking totally hyped about the plan they made. I will put your guys in one unit so they can back each other up. Seriously, thanks for that, man. Appreciate it. In the logistics bay, heavy machines were slamming away in the tight, cramped space. The boss, Halle, did not even look up. He just pointed. New meat, perfect. We are slammed. You are taking over the workshop on that side over there. He wiped his face. The work is brutal here, but the perks are actually decent. Use whatever materials you want. Nobody checks. Just do not burn through it all. Han Xiao stared at the huge pile. He was stoked. Free materials, I can build my own gear for $0. I'm totally going to love this place. This is great. I'm actually starting to love this place. Down at Pier 3, Ship sat silent. Holik teased his partner through the screen while holding a bird cage. Still kicking, I see. The guy groaned through bandages. Barely made it out of there alive. The silvers are yours. Now where's my money? The old man just scoffed at him. What money? He snarled. You trying to rip me off? Hollett stayed cool and just watched. Look, let's be real. Merc stole them and the dragon seat took them back. You did nothing. You never actually delivered the goods, so why would I pay you anything at all? She crushed her phone, screaming despite the pain. You jerk. You will regret this. Just you wait and see what happens. Let's move. It's a long game and we'll track that punk down and settle the score eventually. A matte black ship drifts toward the dock. It hovers in midair, dropping a squad of people down below. Rushed footsteps echo as they talk. Word is the Silver Soul people are being held by that slave trader Hollett. Ash and his Dark Star crew finally hit Floating Dragon. Keep it down, we need to be quiet. Don't attract the Dragon Throne's attention, just grab the code pearl and bail. But these pirates never learn. Look at this pretty face. Kula sneers, looking them over. You really brought this tiny crew to Floating Dragon? I'm going to teach you kids a lesson today. Hand over everything you've got and I might let you live. Ash just spits out one word, beat it. The guy isn't scared, he just shoves a gun in his face. Oh, playing tough, fine. Don't go crying when I get nasty. While the guy's yapping, he's secretly manipulating carbon atoms. He flicks his wrist, turning matter into swirling ribbons of death. Kill watches his body melt like a candle. He screams what is happening to me. My body, what's going on? With one simple flick of his hand, the guy's literally ripped into pieces. Ash stares at the black sludge and scoffs. Pathetic. A Dark Star soldier points toward a building. Boss Hollett's hotel is right there. Let's just kick the door in and take what we want. He stays calm and shakes his head. No, don't move yet. Ash studies the 3-story building, calculating his next move. The slave market belongs to Floating Dragon. Let's not start a war. I'll just negotiate and buy them back. 3 days later, Han Xiao's cranking down on a bolt with a heavy steel wrench. He stands up and wipes his hands. Done at last. Time to go talk to Hollett about those silver souls. Han Xiao strolls into the slave market with his hands in his pockets. Hollett's already there talking trash. Well, if it isn't Black Star, you scammed me once and now you're acting like a big shot. You're here to steal. Han Xiao just smiles. Are you kidding? We're basically co-workers now. I'm here to buy, so give me a price. Look, we're basically business partners. Why would I rob you? I want those silver souls. Just name your price. The old man fakes a sigh. Man, I'd give them to you for free, but a big client already put a deposit down. Han Xiao casually lights up a cigarette. They paid a deposit, sure, but you're willing to blow them off for the right person. As long as I'm ready to cough up more cash. That's what you're getting at, right? Hollett grins. Smart kid. I heard your boss really loves his own kind. He'll definitely pay up. He blows out a cloud of smoke. Not happening. I've got principles. I'm not helping you shake down my boss. The old man jumps up, trying to tempt him. Hey, don't walk away. Convince your boss and I'll give you a 10% cut. Han Xiao just keeps walking, tossing a cold reply back over his shoulder. Negotiate with them yourself. I don't want your dirty money. Suddenly pops up on the screen and starts talking fast. Black Star, how's the mission going? Wait, who even are you? Holette flashes a peace sign and tries to negotiate. I'm the guy in charge of slave trading on Floating Dragon. Your friends are already considered our property. Look, if you're down to drop 200,000 a head, you can have your colleagues back. How about that? The dude broke out in a sweat at that crazy price. He did not even think before whining. No way, that is too much. You are extorting me. The old man gave him a greasy grin. Too bad then. I will just sell them to someone else. Silvers are rare. Flipping them is easy money. Waston was too honest. He panicked and folded instantly. Wait, do not do that. We will go raise the money right now. Holett sounded pretty stoked. I will be waiting for your call then. He hung up with a loud click. Hancha was watching and swearing in his head. Like, damn, I cannot believe he actually agreed to that. He sighed, hating to see this shady dealer win. No way. I cannot let this guy rip us off. I need to find Manager Jenny and see if we can get a discount. The greedy merchant was whistling a tune, feeling himself. Heh, what a lucky break. I'm going to make a fortune. Suddenly, a cold voice killed his vibe. We have the cash for the silver spirits ready. Ed showed up with his crew looking ice cold. Just hand those silver spirits over to us right now. Holett's brain started spinning as he began his little performance. Oh, what a coincidence. A big spender just offered a better price. He snapped back immediately. How much did he offer? He wagged a finger and spoke softly. Not much. Just 250,000 per head. If you pay more, they're yours. As is livid, channeling raw power into a sphere of pure darkness. But then who knows what is going on in that twisted head of his? He suddenly crushes the dark energy. Hat stares his rival down and snaps fine. I will head back and check it out. Outside the slave market, it is a total vibe. Blue skies, white clouds, and golden sun. Clouds. The dim star crew storms down the street, radiating pure menace. One of the soldiers asks frantically, so what is the move now? You seriously think we're going to fork over that much cash? He lays out the new plan plain and simple. Screw the deal. We're taking them by force. Let that greedy bastard walk away with absolutely nothing in his pockets. That night, the moon hangs high, casting a soft glow over the silence. Suddenly, a group of shadows drops from the sky, landing right in front of the slave market gates. At and his dim star squad land as quiet as cats. The floating dragon guards bark out a warning. Who goes there? We're closed for business. Come back tomorrow or get lost. He whispers a warning to his team. These are floating dragon men. Take it easy on them. A soldier draws his blade and smirks. Got it. As long as they are still breathing right. Seeing the weapons come out, the guard starts stuttering, trying to sound a warning. An enemy attack. He doesn't even finish his sentence before a sword hilt slams into the back of his neck. The two sides clash in a wild brawl. Even if they aren't out for blood, some bones are definitely getting broken tonight. Holette waddles out in some cute pajamas, holding a lantern and yawning. What is all the racket out here? It is the middle of the night, for crying out loud. Interrupting my beauty sleep, you better watch it, or... He stops dead, his threats dying in his throat. His chubby face goes pale as a ghost, totally drained of color, as greets him with a brutal gut punch that sends Holett flying across the floor. He steps over the unconscious fat man and reminds his team about the alarm system. First thing is first, cut the power and get those slave cages open right now. I want this greedy pig to lose every single cent. In a heartbeat, the dim star squad kills the power. Grab leans over the monitors and barks an order. Wait, we just lost all power in the slave market sector. What happened? Black Star, go check it out. Han Xiao throws on his jacket and heads out, wondering what kind of mess is going down at the market at this hour. Something feels off about this. He speeds down the street, his mind racing with worry. Did something go wrong with the Silver Spirit people? The air is dead silent as Han Xiao sprints toward the slave market. He skids to a halt. Right there in front of him, the Dim Star crew is herding the escaping Silver Spirits. Han Xiao frowns. The Silvers are being snatched. Did the boss's deal with Holett go south, so they just hired a different pack of mercenaries? Ed spots him and waves a hand dismissively. Tisk, looks like we have a witness. He confidently triggers his skills. Sucks for you that you ran into me, kid. A notification pops up for Han Xiao. You are being attacked by Amasses carbon atom deconstruction. You take 1,146 true damage, activating tough and flexible body. You are now immune to all true damage. He taps his watch, thinking it is crazy that his budding leader trait actually lets him shrug off true damage like it is nothing. Ed's eyes go wide in shock. How the hell did my attack just do 0 damage? Han Xiao suits up in his heavy armor and lunges with a massive scythe, forcing At to slide back across the pavement. He raises his arm to block, and the scythe bites deep, but he doesn't even flinch. Even if you were made of solid diamond, you couldn't stop me. Ed grips a bomb tight in his hand. He realizes his trump card is useless and decides not to waste any more time. He tosses the bomb, and the explosion sends Han Xiao flying back. Ed takes the chance to fly high, shouting for his team to retreat. Han Xiao isn't having it and chases after them, nowhere to run. He stays on the heels of the Dim Star crew as they haul the silvers away. Start the ship, Ed screams, firing a blast of energy down at Han Xiao. Han Xiao gets caught in an ice net, leaving him stuck and unable to move. The whole Dim Star squad makes it onto the ship and disappears. He watches helplessly as they vanish. Fast runners. He quickly radios for some backup. Melos, the slave market, is under fire. Get the ship ready and follow me. Wait, where's that voice coming from? The market is wide open and the alarms are dead. This is our chance to move in and grab some easy cash, boys. Hearing the commotion, Han Xiao looks down. A mob of people is charging into the slave market, looking absolutely thrilled about the chaos. Is this for real, Han Xiao figures? These must be space pirates looking to do a little looting while everything is a mess. He spots something on the ground and tilts his head. Oh, look at that. It is Holette sprawled out in the dirt. Han Xiao gives a mocking little laugh. Heh, that crooked merchant finally got what was coming to him. Han Xiao pulls up the interface to broadcast a new mission. Time to round up some space pirates. I will let the players handle the pirates. It is the perfect way to farm some reputation with the Floating Dragon Island crew. He rushes inside the building. No way I am letting this chance pass without looting a little from Holette myself. He puts all his strength into a kick, smashing through the wall to create his own shortcut inside. He reaches Arosia's cage, bends the metal bars like paper, and says, "Follow me if you want to live." She doesn't hesitate. Outside, the floating dragon fleet starts swarming the market. Melos pulls up right on time, shouting, "Black Star, I am here. Get on the ship fast." Han Xiao grabs Arosia and runs out. Perfect timing. He flies her onto the ship and yells back, "Handle those space pirates for me. Do not let a single one of those losers get away." The players down below shout back, "Relax, we got this mission covered." The ship's engine roars as they floor it, chasing down the target ahead. Once they are safe inside, Melos walks over. "Who are these punks? Who has the guts to mess with Floating Dragon?" Han Xiao keeps it short. "Not sure yet?" He rubs his chin, thinking. The guy goes by Ace and controls carbon elements. Then he curses under his breath. Dang it, I remember now. He is a high-level Dark Star heavy hitter from the future. He is a total mystery man wearing a gold mask that hides everything but his eyes. The floating dragon ship stays hot on the heels of the Dark Star vessel while Han Xiao processes it all. Dark Star? Doing a jailbreak. Looks like that Silver Soul prisoner is definitely hiding some kind of massive secret they do not want anyone to know. The Dark Star ship zooms through the galaxy. Inside the ship, Ace crosses his arms and demands, "We are the pickup crew, so who is the sender?" He checks the secret code, but the Silver Soul group looks totally lost. Teen asks, "Wait, what are you serious?" "What sender? We were just here on vacation," Knee Imp snaps back. "And what is this about a secret code?" He continues, "Look, we appreciate you getting us out of there, but we seriously have no clue what you're talking about. If you just drop us off at the nearest space station, we will pay you a ton of money." Ace grabs Minim by the collar and growls, "Is there anyone else in your crew?" Shaking, he replies that 2 others were killed by scavengers and tossed overboard. Back then, a drunk guy named Fong hated their faces and just gave the order to kill them. Why do those 2 look like they have a death wish? It is bad vibes. Guards toss them out of the ship right now. Feng's soldier did as told and kicked the Silver Souls into space. Hearing this, Ace is absolutely fuming. "Crap, the courier must have been killed." A voice pipes up. "So what is the plan now?" Ace figures that the slave trader must have searched them. The goods were probably taken by that trader, and he still has not left the floating dragon island yet. "We are going back for him." Suddenly, a soldier runs in. "Sir, a floating dragon ship is right on our tail." He is decisive. "Ditch the ship. Do not get tangled up with floating dragon." The masked guy asks, "But what about these Silver Soul people?" Tien is terrified. "Please, just let us come with you. If we get caught by floating dragon, they will just sell us back into slavery." Ace orders them to cut the engines and leave the group behind. "We are bailing in the escape pods. The hunters will get distracted by this dead ship. We will use that opening to sneak right back onto Floating Dragon." The soldier cheers. "Oh, I see you are a genius, boss." With that, the Dark Star crew makes a run for it. They leave the Silver Souls behind. Tien keeps shouting, "Don't leave us. We will pay 1 million, no 2 million. Minen begs them to stay, but it's no use. Lion is sobbing. "Wow, it is over. We are going back to jail." Meanwhile, back on the floating dragon ship, Melos finally speaks up. "Hey, I have been meaning to ask." He points at Arosia curiously. "Who is she? Why is she even with us? She is actually pretty cute." Han Xiao glares at him. "Dude, stop being so thirsty. It is pathetic. I rescued her from the slave market. She is actually a high-level super. For now, she is tagging along with us. Just keep your eyes on the radar." Melos just grumbles a sad "oh" and looks away. But suddenly a bright red dot pops up on the radar screen. Melos gets excited. The radar found something. Target is dead ahead. Han Xiao shouts for them to floor it and give chase. The floating dragon ship pulls up close and sends out a signal. Target ship ahead. Listen up. Stop resisting right now. Surrender or we will open fire. Melos looks confused. Wait, something is wrong. Why are their engines off? I'm going to go check. The three of them fly out together. Han Xiao warns Arosia to be extremely careful once they get on that other ship. Just do exactly what I do. They land on the Dark Star ship and he shouts, "Nobody move a muscle. We are the Floating Dragon security team." Arosia repeats his words in a flat voice. "Everyone stop moving. We are the Floating Dragon security team." Melos's eyes go wide and he looks totally baffled. All he sees is the Silver Soul group sitting there huddled together and shaking in fear. Melos looks around. "Wait, why is it just you guys? Where did the kidnappers go?" Minim answers him. "They seem to be searching for something very specific, and then they left in a huge hurry." Han Xiao asks, "Did they mention what it was?" He looks up and replies, "No. They asked us for some secret code, but we did not know what they were talking about. Then they said they were going to find that slave trader guy." Glenn pipes up, "Look, we gave you the info. We helped. So please, for the love of God, do not take us back to that slave market." Suddenly, a blinding flash sliced through the air, snapping the iron shackles on Minim's wrists. Melos gave a wide grin. "Relax. Your own co-workers were the ones who hired us mercenaries to come and save you. Since you have already fallen into our hands, did you really think there was any way for you to return home?" Arosia moved fast, using her blade to slice through their heavy chains. Tien scratched his head. "Whoa, thanks a lot, kid." Minim was beaming with gratitude. Arosia just stared back with wide, innocent eyes. What exactly does thank you even mean? While the Silvers celebrated, Han Xiao was lost in thought. Whatever was making Darkstar take these kinds of risks had to be huge. Sending in their top assets meant this was no small play. Darkstar was definitely cooking up a massive conspiracy this time. He flashed a mysterious smirk. They had no idea he had already seen right through their little secret identities. Now that he was operating in the shadows, he could investigate. But to stay safe, it was better to report this to Floating Dragon. His eyes opened to see a group of blurry figures. Wizander clapped a hand on Han Xiao's shoulder, offering some praise. "Nice job, man. You scored a huge win already." Halate rubbed his eyes 100 times, still unable to believe what happened. "My hotel," Han Xiao chuckled. "You are finally awake. We caught those space pirates who were trashing your place." The old man jumped up immediately. "That is great news. Now, if you do not mind giving me my slaves back." Han Xiao just picked at his nose. "Slaves? What slaves? I did not see any." Halate's jaw tightened in a fit of rage. "I am screwed. He is definitely trying to steal my property. What do I do?" Just then, a pair of high heels approached. It was Jenny. Before she could speak, a voice cut her off. "Chief Manager, you have to help me. I need justice." Annoyed, Jenny glared down at Halate as he clung to her leg, crying. "This Black Star guy is trying to steal my slaves. Please make him give them back." Jenny did not even blink as she kicked him away. She turned her attention to Han Xiao. "You did well. You saved the reputation of the entire Floating Dragon Guard." She continued, "I am putting this in your file. Your clearance and trust levels are going up." Jenny reached out her hand. "To be honest, I did not really trust you at first, but now I would like to officially welcome you to Floating Dragon." Han Xiao shook her hand. "Thanks, just doing my job." A notification popped up. Floating Dragon favorability, plus 300. Current status. Neutral, 700 out of 1,000. Reading the alert, he smirked. Boosting faction relations would make everything so much easier for him down the road. Someone tugged on a sleeve. "Chief Manager." It was Halate again. He still would not shut up about those slaves, hoping Jenny would fold. "Those are my slaves," Han Xiao corrected him. "Real slaves wear heavy shackles, and I don't see any here." He was standing up for the Silvers. "Check for yourself. Not a single person here is wearing chains." Halate ground his teeth. "Stop playing games. You are just trying to steal my property." The old man lunged and grabbed Han Xiao by the collar. "I see what you were doing. You staged this raid just to save those Silvers. You pretended to chase the thugs, then found a quiet spot to let them all go." He was losing it. "Chief Manager, I am filing a formal report. This Black Star guy is a total double-crossing snake." Jenny just stood there and let out a long sigh. She could not let him act like a lunatic anymore. "That is enough, Halate. You are making baseless accusations against a colleague. You are suspended. Once you cool off, I will find you a new job." He stared in shock. "What?" Jenny did not say another word. She just turned to leave. "We are moving out." Han Xiao hurried to catch up. "Thanks." She replied, "Do not mention it. Halate has been taking bribes and lying to management for years." He had this coming. "Anyway, go back to your duties." Han Xiao's expression suddenly turned dead serious. "I have something else to report. Dark Star was behind the raid." Hearing that name, Jenny stopped dead in her tracks. She ordered him to wrap things up and then turn in a full detailed report immediately. He nodded. "Got it." One of the former prisoners stepped forward nervously. Are we actually free to go?" Wisander answered. "The chief manager said it. You are free." Someone in the back waved. Thank you so much, you saved our lives. Wizeneder pointed across the room and laughed. Do not thank me. Thank the guy who actually rescued you. The crowd rushed over to Han Xiao. Thank you. What is your name? We will never forget the incredible thing you did for us today. He introduced himself proudly. I am Black Star, captain of the Black Star Mercenary Group. You all owe me one, so if we ever cross paths again, I expect a favor. They all bowed their heads, showing deep respect to the man with the wristband. If you ever need anything, just say the word. I would go through hell and back to help you out. A guy with messy hair chimed in. Me too, another added. It is a deal. Just give us the order when the time comes. A strange voice spoke up. Excuse me, Mr. Black Star. I was actually a mercenary myself, but right now I have got nowhere else to go. I was hoping you could take me in. I have superpowers, so I might be useful to the team. He barely finished speaking when a crowd chimed in, shouting, Me too. They looked totally hyped and ready to go. A bearded guy yells, I have powers too. Let me in. His friend nearby starts waving his arms, count me in as well. Han Xiao reaches out with a huge grin. Look, our Merc squad is brand new, and we definitely need more muscle. Welcome to the Black Star crew. Night falls over Dragon Tan as a voice echoes from deep inside the main office. Black Star, you crushed it. Once Master Mercy gets back, Dark Star is going to pay for this little stunt. Jenny smiles and asks, what kind of reward are you looking for this time? Han Xiao rubs his chin, thinking hard. I remember Dragon Tan has two specialties. That Void Dragon Bone is top-tier material for crafting gear. Then there's Void Dragon Marrow for gene modding. It is super rare. Even with fat stacks of cash, players can barely find it. This is the perfect chance to snag both. I have made my choice. Give me the Void Dragon Bone and the Marrow. Jenny nods immediately. Fine, I will contact Headla and set you up with a limited supply of those dragon materials. If that is everything, you can head back to your post now. Han Xiao walks away grinning. This plan was genius. I slowed down Dark Star and scored some incredibly rare Dragon Bone. Talk about a massive profit. Meanwhile, in space, an emergency announcement echoes through an asteroid field. Attention all captains, heads up, we are approaching a massive swarm of asteroids directly ahead. 3-minute countdown is active. Once it hits 0, the defense shields will be fully engaged. No ships are allowed in or out during this time. Please cooperate. The energy shield quickly wraps around the entire base, protecting everyone from the incoming meteor strikes. Fa sits in his cockpit, groaning. Seriously, just as I'm trying to leave, a stupid asteroid field shows up. Once those shields are down, we are out of here. We need to hit the next job to cover our recent losses. Suddenly his phone buzzes. He looks at it confused. An unknown number. He hesitates for a second, then hits answer anyway. The guy on the other end has long hair and eyes like ice. He gets straight to the point. I am from Dark Star, and I've got some questions for you. He brings up the silvers that were stolen. Fa goes pale as soon as he hears that. He tries to play it cool, asking, why should I trust you? You got any proof who you really are? Memphis snaps back. Listen, you are in no position to be asking me questions. I do not need to prove anything to you. But if you walk away, you will find out real fast if Dark Star is the one erasing you. His face drops. He thinks back to that silver person he saw and starts sweating bullets. Crap. Was that guy actually a Dark Star messenger? Faye starts panicking. What the hell am I supposed to do now? I already killed that silver dude. Are they going to hunt me down next? He thinks for a second. I better just come clean. Maybe they will spare me if I give up the info. Fa finally opens his mouth. Look, that silver guy claimed to be a Dark Star messenger, but I thought he was lying. While we were fighting, this glowing bead fell off of him. I figured it was worth something, so I kept it. But during that crazy brawl the other day, I lost it. Someone probably snatched it up. Memphis got what he wanted. He tells him, you have been very helpful. I will give you a little something for the information. I like honest guys. What do you want? Fa looks at him with total awe. Dark Star is the legendary hero of Ghidorah, right? I want to join you guys and serve the cause. Is that cool? Memphis nods. You are a Ghidoran who truly gets it. Our massive movement needs passionate, loyal people just like you to succeed. We have got some pretty intense screening for recruits. You are going to have to prove your loyalty to us first. Let me ask, has anyone else come looking for that bead yet? He replies honestly. Nope, not a soul. You're the very first person I've told. Memphis nods. Good. There's another group out there that wants that bead too. If they track you down, just tell them the truth that the bead was tossed out into deep space. Once you pull this off, we'll bring you in officially. We'll take you to a secret base for some real training. Fa jumps up and salutes him. Do not even worry about it, sir. I will get the job done for sure. Back at Dragon Tan, a new day is dawning over the city skyscrapers. Up on a rooftop, Han Xiao is laughing to himself. I saw that Ghidoran pilot's criminal record before. He was already a wanted man. I figured he was working for Dark Star. Turns out I was right. And that Memphis guy? Yeah, that was just my disguise. Down in the lobby, Han Xiao finally knows the big secret. Dark Star is on a hunt for that glowing bead. 30 minutes later, a report comes in. Boss, we found the slave trader's file. He is still hiding out down by the riverbank. Amaksu barks out an order. Let's move head to the river and find him. Stay quiet, we cannot let anyone see us coming. Faye's phone buzzes again. He grabs it grinning, because it is finally happening. Who is this? What do you want? The voice on the other end belongs to Amsu. He says, I am a merc hired by the Silver Spirits. The job is done, so we are good now. We do not have to be enemies anymore. I just need some intel on those 2 Silver Spirits you took out. I am willing to pay a solid finder's fee for the info. Faye scowls and mutters, stupid sellout mercenary scum. He cost me a fortune. If Dark Star had not told me to play nice, I would not even look at you. He closes his eyes, totally over it. Fine, what do you want? Amsu gets straight to it, asking if he found any pearls on the bodies of those 2 Silver Spirits. Faye acts clueless. What pearl never saw one? I just tossed those losers out of the airlock without even checking their pockets. Whatever you were looking for is probably drifting in deep space by now. Amsu is stunned, then remembers to ask one more thing. By the way, has anyone else asked you about this? Faye keeps up the act. Nope, just you. Amsu nods. All right, got it. Before hanging up, Faye snaps, don't forget my cash. Send it to this account right now. The guy hangs up without even replying. Faye cheers. Heck yes. My luck is finally turning around. I am totally getting into Dark Star now. This is my big break. Meanwhile, Amsu is stressing out. Crap, this is bad news. His right-hand man looks pretty worried too. Boss, what is the move? Amsu scowls. This is big. Send the ship's data back to the mothership. It is up to High Command to decide if we pull the trigger. Sitting in his office, Han Xiao wonders who actually snagged that pearl. I guess he will just have to use his Child of Fate card to do a little high-tech fortune-telling. He pulls out the mysterious card. The screen pops up, you're now using the Child of Fate character summon card. 3 out of 5 uses left. His soul seems to drift right out of his body, diving into the card to begin the search. The card flashes the face of the person holding the pearl. Han Xiao gasps, no way, you have got to be kidding me. It is this kid. He checks the situation, this is great, but getting the kid to just hand it over will not be easy. Sunlight spills over the Dragon Guard dorms. Inside, a group of players are huddled around, trying to start a conversation. What is your name? Erosia looks up. Erosia. Mai asks, where are you from? Erosia just says, I do not know. Curious Mai pokes her cheek. Whoa, she is ice cold. Erosia just sits there completely frozen and not sure what she is supposed to do next. Mai smiles. Can I give you a hug? Erosia nods slowly. Sure. A guy in the back thinks this NPC is really strange. He figures they probably need to say some secret phrase or use a rare item just to trigger Erosia's next story arc. A notification pops up and the players go wild. Wait, did we just trigger a brand new quest? Actually, it is a mission from Black Star, someone corrects. Happy is stunned. Holy crap, that is a ton of experience and even an officer rank reward. That is a massive prize. The message says they need to find a pearl. Here's the mission briefing. A while back, Black Star lost a rare black pearl. Anyone who can track it down and bring it back to him will get a massive reward. Mission requirements turn in the black pearl that looks exactly like the one in this photo. Rewards include 18 experience, 200 favor with the Black Star Mercs, and Sun Nu X1 officer armor. Heads up, this is a competitive quest. Only one winner gets the prize. He grumbles, how are we supposed to find this thing when all we have is one lousy picture? Players start sprinting to finish the quest. Since Black Star just sent this out, the pearl is probably somewhere on Dragontan Island. They start checking every spot he's visited recently. Only Li Gei stays calm, standing there with a sneaky little smirk. I have already got the pearl, so everyone else is just wasting their time. I'm about to leave them all in the dust. He heads to Dragontan Logistics. Li Gei turns in the quest in record time. Han Xiao thanks him. You have done me a huge favor. Here's the reward I promised. Li Gei laughs. Hey, no problem. Glad I could help. Seeing how hyped the kid is, Han Xiao knows he has got him right where he wants him. As long as he gives Li Gei special tasks that other players cannot do, the kid will keep handing over whatever he finds without a fight. He figures Dark Star went through hell to find this pearl. Now he's finally going to figure out what kind of twisted scheme they are actually cooking up. Han Xiao tries to twist the pearl open with both hands. Damn it, why won't this stupid thing budge? This is not just some random pearl. It is actually a high-level containment device crafted by a powerful mage. He stares at it. Dark Star must really value this thing if they are using high-level security just to keep it locked up tight. On the scavenger ship, one of Faye's goons reports in. Boss, we have got a problem. There's a massive ship right in front of us. The soldier stammers, It is a Dark Star vessel? As soon as he hears that name, Faye's face lights up with pure joy. Dark Star actually kept their promise and came for me. Quick, open up the docking bay and get ready to welcome our guests. Outside the docking bay, and Pooh is ordering his team to blow the doors and seize Faye's crew. Suddenly, the door slides open on its own and Faye runs out looking absolutely thrilled. Yo, the Dark Star crew, you guys finally showed up. And Pew is totally lost. Wait, what? Back in the office now. Han Xiao lets out a heavy sigh. Great. To crack this pearl code, I need a mage. Right now I'm stuck and cannot open it. Somewhere in a tiny galaxy, a lone spaceship is cruising through the void. The ship's radar is showing a blinking red dot marking another vessel lurking nearby. Inside the Dark Star mothership, the scavengers are on their knees getting grilled. I swear I have no clue where that pearl dropped. Phi looks up and says, didn't I tell you guys already? Amshu walks over to report Captain we searched their ship. No pearl code. Anpu glares and orders them locked up. One of the grunts whispers, Boss, I do not think these guys are our ride home. Phi is still acting clueless. What do you know? This is just a loyalty test. Shut your mouth. A voice booms, take them away. Dark Star soldiers drag them off. Weirdly, Phi seems totally thrilled about it. He runs over, pointing his finger. Hey, didn't you say you were a merc? So who was that Dark Star messenger I talked to earlier? Msu. Snaps. What messenger? Anu grabs him by the collar, growling. Tell us everything about this messenger right now. Finally, a terrified Phi starts talking. Some guy claiming to be a Dark Star messenger was hunting for a pearl. I told him it got lost during that massive brawl at Dragon Throne. Then he told me if anyone else asks, just play dumb about the pearl. He even promised I could join Dark Star once the job was done. Hearing this, Ampu loses it and slams Phi onto the hard ground with pure rage. Damn it. Someone is impersonating us to dig into his identity. Blood spatters across the floor as a sickening sound echoes through the room. To Dark Star, you are worth way more dead than alive. Phi looks up, begging for his life. Please, can I do something to make up for it? I will do anything for the organization. Literally anything. Just name it. Anu asks again. You would really do anything for us? Phi stays on his knees. Yes, Dark Star is my life. It is my everything. Mpu coldly aims his gun. Perfect. Dark Star thanks you for your sacrifice. Phi is a mess of tears and snot. Wait, why? Back at the Dragon Throne office, Han Xiao starts injecting void dragon marrow into his system. A voice warns him to stop immediately. Taking that much void marrow at once is insane. It will mess with your genes and turn you into a straight-up monster. Seeing Han Xiao twitching in pain, Hala panics. Oh man, I knew this would happen. Nobody survives 7 injections at once. You're toast. Suddenly a notification pops up. You have unlocked the void gene talent. Yeah, the void gene. Your senses can now detect tiny shifts in space, giving you lightning-fast reactions and making you way more agile than before. Movement speed up 20%, evasion chance up 15%. That means the injection actually worked. Holly is still worried. You okay, man? Han Xiao finally relaxes into his chair and replies, I am good. Relax, everything is under control. A woman in high heels struts into the room. It is Jenny, and she has news. Black Star Master, Mercy needs a word with you. She told me to hand over this communicator to you. Grabbing the device, he picks up a call from Mercy. Jenny told me about your plan for a field mercenary squad. I have decided to give you the green light. Work out the details with Jenny. Han Xiao's eyes light up. This is huge. Not being stuck here means his mercenary team can actually grow and level up. Mercy adds, do not think I am just letting you walk away for no reason, though. Your real mission is to track down any signs of my teacher. Han Xiao doesn't hesitate. No problem. I will give it everything I've got. Mercy closes her eyes and nods. Fine. If you find any solid clues, use this communicator to get a hold of me directly. He feels pretty proud. Okay, a direct line to the dragon seat is way more powerful than a nuke launcher. But his face is sweating and his hands are shaking like crazy. Is he just imagining how heavy this feels? Outside the Dragon Throne, the 4th square is looking beautiful with bright blue skies and white clouds. Checking the status board, he thinks that once he gets past this, he can finally leave and find a mage to crack that pearl code. But first he needs to finish Arosha's hidden quest. Suddenly he stops dead in his tracks. Az comes out of nowhere and says, Captain Black Star, right? Hold it right there. He is suddenly surrounded by the Dark Star crew while a mysterious purple glow fills the air. Han Xiao mutters to himself, damn it, not these as losers again. He whips out his phone to call the Dragon Throne guards, but the call will not go through. Seeing this, Az laughs. Captain, you are just wasting your time. We have got high-powered signal jammers set up all around us. No news is getting out. Han Xiao crosses his arms and asks, what is the play here? Az replies, word is, you are pretty tight with those guys at the Skyring Mercenary Squad. Go ask them about that Black Pearl. Give us some solid info and we will make sure you are rewarded very well. He realizes the problem instantly. Looks like Dark Star saw right through his little eye. So Dark Star could only pin the suspect on the other side of that port brawl. Han Xiao happily took the bait. Sure, I am down for a little team-up. It held up a needle and said, words are cheap, kid. Only this shot will make us truly believe you. Time to take your medicine. Han Xiao cursed under his breath. Damn it, nanorobots for brain and heart control. Taking that shot means handing my life over on a silver platter. He smacked the needle away. Forget it, not happening. Keep your junk to yourself. That went into kill mode looking smug. Well then do not blame me for getting rough. Han Xiao suited up in his Viper armor. I knew it. You are that mechanic from the slave market. Small world, huh? He and his crew charged in. Last time we were in a rush, but now I have got all day to settle the score. Veen cheered, ready to end him. Han Xiao's Viper suit generated a rock-solid energy shield, keeping those Dark Star goons from landing a single clean hit. At's eyes narrowed as he gave the order. Break his armor now. 2 Dark Star snipers were already camping on a nearby rooftop waiting. One soldier replied, "On it. He's falling right into our trap." Jiga, the tech expert, started typing away like a madman. "Once I hijack his combat suit, he will be a sitting duck. We will control him like a puppet on a string. Just wait for it." They finally cracked the shield, taking turns swinging at Han Xiao. Jiga's fingers blurred across the keys while Han Xiao kept dropping guys one by one. Jiga's hands were flying across the keyboard. On the ground, Han Xiao's brawl was getting intense. Pure chaos everywhere. He took flight, swinging his scythe to slice through the mob. Jiga's fingers suddenly stopped. He hit one last key. He grinned. "All right, we are in?" Suddenly, the suit's alarms went totally haywire. Han Xiao's heart dropped. "System breach. Every single part of the suit is locked down and encrypted. I cannot even move." At just nodded. "You did a great job, Jiga." Now it was his turn. At started charging up a massive blast of raw energy. The energy tendrils lashed out, wrapping around Han Xiao like glowing chains. He realized it was a Jin technique. Another soldier stood nearby, eyes closed, staff in hand. The guy was chanting some weird spell. Suddenly his eyes snapped open and he raised his staff. A massive surge of power erupted. He screamed, "Burn in this lightning hell!" The chains around Han Xiao's legs began pulsing with lethal high-voltage electricity. He was hoisted into the air, his whole body shaking from the violent shocks. The Dark Star crew thought it was game over. Pieces of Han Xiao's armor started shattering and falling away. At seized the moment. Move in his suit is toasted. Han Xiao collapsed face first into the dirt, out cold. But then just a few seconds later, something changed. His eyes snapped open, glowing with ice-cold intensity. He stood up like a zombie as his armor plating began magically snapping back together. Han Xiao launched himself into the sky. The Dark Star guys just stared, totally confused. How is that suit fixing itself already? Han Xiao swung a heavy blow, sending a soldier flying into the dirt. He puffed out his chest, looking totally confident. "You call that an attack? I have had mosquito bites that hurt more." A notification popped up, "Mechanical repair complete." But the suit was not fully synced yet. Han Xiao froze up again. The Dark Star squad moved in fast to surround him. At chuckled. "I see. That little stunt was just a temporary fix, a last-ditch effort to stay in the game. You are at your limit, kid. Just give it up and surrender. I am running out of patience, and you are running out of luck." Han Xiao just smirked. He let out a defiant scoff and slammed his foot down. He rocketed into the air, leaving them all in the dust. Mid-air, he triggered a skill. His scythe broke apart, transforming into something entirely new. It shifted into a massive razor-sharp arrow. Those Dark Star soldiers looked up absolutely terrified as Han Xiao launched his weapon down. "Take this poison dragon drill." The goons charged back at him. "Damn it, he is still fighting. Get him, break his bones this time." One guy jumped up and kicked Han Xiao hard. They were tagging in and out, keeping him pinned in the air. Erosia watched from the shadows, heart racing. She saw Han Xiao take a brutal hit to the stomach and fall. Her eyes burned with rage. She scrambled out and grabbed a gun off the ground, screaming at the top of her lungs. "You are not allowed to hurt him." The shot hit his arm, but with his armor on the bullet did not even leave a mark. "Stay out of this," Ed snapped, blasting her back with a wave of energy that sent her crashing into the wall. The Dark Star crew crowded around the massive crater. Veen looked worried. Did we go too far? Is he dead?" At shook his head. "Nah, he is still breathing. I can feel him. Wait, what the hell is that?" Han Xiao exploded out of the ground like a rocket. Veen's jaw dropped. He could not believe his own eyes. How does he not have a single scratch on him? Is this guy even human? Han Xiao just casually cleaned his ear. "Is that all you guys got?" Honestly, it felt more like a massage. Right before the big hit, he had already pulled out a secret revival card. "System alert, Aurora character card activated. Full status recovery initiated. You are now officially back at 100% health." With only 1 out of 6 uses left, Aurora grants Han Xiao rebirth, bringing him back from the dead. The grunts are terrified. "Boss, what do we do?" "Keep fighting." He's just standing there, frozen by indecision. Suddenly, a weird hum echoes through the sky. They look up and see the Dragon Guard starships moving in. A voice booms from the ships. "You are surrounded. Drop the gear and surrender now." The boss is totally tripping. "How's that even possible?" Han Xiao just flips them the bird to talk some trash. "Did you really think jamming my signal would stop me from calling for backup? I just used the system to ping players." 30 minutes ago, things were actually chill at the Dragon Guard camp. Real peaceful vibes all around. Inside, everyone gets an alert. Emergency mission. Here's the mission briefing. Their captain got jumped by some uninvited guests, and it is a brutal fight. As mercenaries, they never leave a man. Backup needed from every direction. Get to Black Star's position fast. Check the rewards for the coordinates. Rewards scale with speed and numbers. If you bail your rep with Black Star drops by 300 points. The players read the prompt in panic. Black Star is in trouble. We've got to move and save him. They bolt out of the building, totally pissed. Someone actually tried to jump our captain. The red-haired guy is leading. His hands are shaking. The boss turns to Bale, muttering about how he totally underestimated the kid this time. Black Star orders a retreat, while ships rain down fire, causing massive explosions. A voice mocks them, "Where are you going?" He grabs a gadget and hits the switch. Suddenly, they're safe inside a massive energy orb, blocking every bullet. What the heck is that? Han Xiao shrugs. It is a short-range directional teleportation device. Dark Star vanished in the blink of an eye, leaving absolutely no trace of a space jump behind. Only the Dragon Guard ships are left totally stuck. We cannot catch them. Hey, Erosia, wake up. Come on. She opens her eyes, vision blurry, seeing Han Xiao's worried face. She whispers, "Wait, did I just get—" "Yeah, you definitely took a hit." When she got jumped, high energy inside her kicked in. A mysterious power basically wrapped around her entire body. This energy seems linked to another dimension. Han Xiao gets bold. "I think you have got the talent to be a super. Join my mercenary squad, what do you say? I can train you to be a super." Erosia stares at his hand, thinking it over, then finally speaks up. "There is something I haven't told you. I do not ever actually stay dead. If I die, I just respawn back in Holeth's cell." She remembers the slave market when two guys tried to buy her. "This slave is gorgeous. Only 400,000 Aina, I will take her." The other guy starts thinking, what an idiot. He is selling this beauty for only 100,000. But when they get close, she fades. What, how did she just vanish? Erosia sighs. "Even if I do not die, I am forced back there every 6 days. Distance does not matter. I have only got 3 hours left before the 6th day hits." Han Xiao grits his teeth and curses. No wonder that jerk Holet was so desperate to offload her on me. He helps her up, his mind racing with questions. This girl is a total mystery. Who is she really? Why have I never heard of her in the game? He's lost in thought. Plus, the slave market is already a pile of rubble. Where is she even going to end up in 3 hours?